You want to make your fantasy sports league more than a fantasy? Hold my baby.
The NerdCast is brought to you by Nor Comm Games. NerdCast is happening every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
And Nor Comm Games here in Bunker 1307. Nor Comm Games is your tabletop guide for all things gaming. Nor Comm Games carries Games Workshop, Warlord Games, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Lorcana, Dungeons & Dragons, Star Wars, plus oh, so much more. Plus, you'll find weekly events happening in our gaming area, Bunker 1307. Wednesday nights, you'll find casual gameplay. Thursday afternoons, we have Cribbage League. Thursday night is Star Wars Unlimited League and Open Play. Friday afternoons, you'll have Learn to Play board games, which we usually go live on Facebook about noon. Saturday is a variety of events, and Saturday night, Magic Commander. Sunday, we have Disney Lorcana. For a full listing of Nor Comm Games events, head over to our website, norcommgames.com. Nor Comm Games, the only thing to do.
Nor Comm of the universe.
Of the universe.
And the NerdCast is also brought to you by Face Value Cards. Tired of looking through the same old boring greeting cards at the grocery store? Sick of your cards costing way too much? Are you looking for new ways to remind your family and friends that you're hilarious and thinking about them? Well, you're in luck, fam. At facevaluecards.com, we've got you covered with quirky, witty, anytime greeting cards. Tell your bestie that their dog likes you better. Tell your sibling they are more motivational than other motivational crap. Not sure which one to try? Grab a 10-card variety pack at a 10% discount per card. Add the promo NerdCast at checkout for an additional, get this, Frank, for an additional 35% off.
35%?
Yeah, that's right, an additional 35% off. Plus free shipping on orders over $10. It's easy to give our cards a try. But don't take this all at face value. Cards.com. Visit us today at facevaluecards.com. Facevaluecards.com for cards as fun as you are. As fun as you are, Frank.
That's pretty fun, Ryan.
It's fun. And tonight, of course, we got Frankie the Cleaner in
Hey.
here. And Amanda the Sackmaster Bacon will be making her way over here at some point.
Should be joining us.
She'll be joining us. And, of course, I am Ryan the Dorkfather, welcoming you to the Sporadic NerdCast. The Weather NerdCast. We didn't have this problem when it was at my house, Frank.
The weather is something here in Wisconsin, folks. It is really something.
Okay, so, we did miss last week's, and then 2 weeks before that we missed it because of weather.
It's like the every other week NerdCast.
Yeah, we don't want it to be every other. And we want to just do a couple shout-outs already. Thighs is out there. Ring Fit Runner, hello. Superstar Xavier Michaels, you are in Merrill. Why are you not here? I'm calling you out. You can still come down here.
I have a nice warm seat for him right here.
We put a seat out for you.
Even have a microphone right here for him.
We put a microphone out. We were hoping that he would join us.
Well, it's like Amanda. She's sitting over there. She doesn't want to join us yet either.
Yep. Look I have this big empty spot. For her. Nope. Other hand.
Whoop.
That's where Amanda's
Right
supposed
here.
to be. I put her on the big
This is
camera.
her spot. Got her own camera and everything tonight.
Yep. I don't know. So I have this a little. I'm gonna make this.
I can
just
see
a
it.
little-
I can actually see it
You
tonight.
can see it tonight.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So we tried a TV as a backup.
It worked for
To
one show.
One show, and it literally died.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try turning it on right now.
Okay, you try. No.
I still have nothing, Ryan. Are you sure it's plugged in?
Yeah, it's plugged in.
Okay. Is
Yep.
there power to the plug?
If there wasn't power to the plug, we would not be on.
We wouldn't be live. So we have power, folks. I think it's just an old crappy TV that we found out in the pit.
But it worked once.
It worked one time.
It worked once. I don't know.
I'll have Andrew look at it when he comes in next time.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, weather has definitely played we're in that pattern where it seems the Wednesdays are when everything hits.
Well, this week it's going to be Saturday, Sunday, so that could play havoc with the weekend.
It could. And I'm planning on going down to Adepticon.
Well, you have safe travels.
Yep, on Sunday. We're going Sunday. Ben from Evercon, we are going to go down there. And if you want to go to a game convention and you don't want to pay to get in, Adepticon is your game convention.
And there's a lot of manufacturers down there, am I correct?
Yeah, so there are Warlords there, Warhammer's there, Games Workshop, all kinds of different ones. Reaper's there, pretty much everyone that's anyone. It's a miniatures convention that also has other stuff.
Okay.
So it's free to get in, free admission on there, but you pay to play.
Ah, so they have like tournaments and you have to pay to get into those?
You still pay like an admission fee, but if you don't want to, you don't have to pay.
Oh, nice.
You just can't play.
So you just walk around and watch.
The vendor hall, when it was in the Chicago area, because it really wasn't in Chicago.
Where is it this year?
It's in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
At the same place that Midwest Game Classic is going to be.
And that's
taking
next
place
weekend?
And that's the weekend after.
There you go.
It's at the Bard Center.
You can go to Milwaukee 2 weeks
or
in a row.
Or the BAIRD Center. I'm pretty sure it's the Bard
BAR,
Center.
the Browning Automatic Rifle?
It could be.
2 Germans walked into a bar.
Mm.
Didn't end well for them.
It's not a Hitler's buzzsaw, that's for certain. Need a haircut, Frank? Got a buzzsaw for you.
I'm good.
You're good. Amanda, your spot's getting cold.
I can warm it up over here for you.
Okay, well, it's going to stay that way. So
it'll just stay there.
Yes,
It'll stay empty until she
TV from
decides
the
to come
pit.
over.
So yes, so in the back area of Nor Comm, and if you ever come down here, we can show you where the pit is. And there was just happened to be this TV, and it worked great.
It did work for one show.
I'm blaming Zach.
I would completely
Not
blame
your son Zach, the other Zach.
I would completely blame Zach. I agree. 100.
I don't know if it works for him or not.
Either one. I don't know if he was the last one that used it.
I don't know.
It might have been Kevin.
Oh, really?
It might have been.
Oh. But why is it not working? We'll have to unplug it and plug it back
I
in.
do see a cable laying down below there.
No. That's not it. Because I unplugged that.
Oh, okay.
I unplugged that. That was why my screen went black before.
Ah, I got you now.
Yeah.
I see.
Because I unplugged it so it didn't go all wonky.
So the pit has got some interest in it. So some of the local high school kids were wanting us to put a basketball hoop back there so they could come here and play basketball in the evenings.
Well, that's interesting.
Apparently the gym over across the bridge there kicks them out about 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, something like that, and they want to continue to play basketball.
And it's big enough for that.
It is. They could half court it back there for sure.
Yeah.
But then we also have the Saber Legion that wants to use it for practicing with their lightsabers.
And if you keep growing like you're growing, you're going to be looking at it for the internet sales.
Yes, the idea was it was going to be the warehouse originally, but now it's getting all these other ideas thrown at it.
You have a parking lot over there. We could just add on, and then you have your warehouse there.
There's a big building right down the road that would probably be huge enough to do whatever we want for the next 50 years.
Yeah, it's too bad that it wasn't like it wouldn't have worked out right away.
Right.
But at the same time, this is pretty cool. So
this place is cool.
Yeah. So let's talk about a couple of little things going on. Lightsaber basketball.
That'd be like what was that one where you could run around and punch the guy as a video game? Basketball and you could punch the guy.
I don't remember that one, but I remember Base Wars, which was a baseball version of that, but you're robots.
Yes. But this was like actual like Larry Bird, and you could like run down the court and you could smack people.
What?
Yeah, it was like 2-on-2 basketball. I played it. I
Like-
think it was on either Nintendo, like the NES.
Was it? You're not talking about NBA Jam.
No, that was like Super Nintendo.
That was on Super.
That's when
Nintendo.
that's when you went like, and then the net would catch on
NBA Street.
fire. That could be. That could be.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look it up now. I don't remember. I remember playing the game, but I don't remember what it was called.
I don't know either. But
Anyways, moving on.
so let's talk a little bit. There's been a couple of wins in the last 2 weeks for you here.
A couple of wins. What do you mean a couple of wins?
Just let's just. I mean, okay, it's the NerdCast and everything, but it's powered by Nor Comm. So
It's
we got to
powered by
prop
Nor
up what's
Comm.
going on at Nor Comm. So let's talk about a couple of the wins that are going on here. What's going on at Nor Comm for the development here? What's all happening? What's slowly happening in there?
Our website is taking off like crazy.
Yeah.
So, in case you folks at home don't know, I built the website myself. So, if you got any complaints about it, let me know. I can fix it. But
How do I file a complaint?
there is a contact us form right at the
Oh,
bottom of the page.
I don't want to file a complaint. You just need more. Just working on more product.
Yeah, so basically I've been kind of tasked myself with building the website, like I said, but now that the website was built, I have to take all of our merchandise and I have to put it live on the
Okay.
website, which turned out to be way more time consuming than I thought it was going to be. But it's all right, though, because as we were sitting here prepping for the show today, we actually sold an Emperor's Children Warhammer 40K box all the way down to Kansas City, Kansas.
It's like you're selling to the world.
I'm selling to the world. We actually did sell to the world. We once shipped the product all the way over to Australia.
Australia.
Not from our website, through our eBay store, but still, we shipped it to Australia.
Ugh. Apologize for that.
What else do we got going on, Ryan? Refresh my memory. What else we got going on?
Just you're starting to see more people coming in and things like that.
A
So
lot of new faces.
Faces.
A lot of Pokemon is really starting to come along now. That was something that co-owner Kevin and I wanted to do right from the beginning, was
Yeah.
to start to build that Pokemon community. Turns out getting allocation for Pokemon is a bit of a challenge right now. Apparently they're selling out all over the place. And we got a delivery today, but via the website, everything that came in is getting shipped out tomorrow for people that pre-ordered online. So
money in, money out.
sorry for you folks hopping in the store. I'm probably not going to have anything until next week or the week after for the shelf. So
Well, here's the biggest problem about being in business, Frank. You're in business to sell out.
sell out. You know, it's like when I was in the factory, they talked about lean manufacturing all the
Yeah.
time. Get the material in at the time you need it, send the finished product out.
Yeah.
And I kind of look at that the same way here. Get the product in, get it right back on the truck on the way back out. So in and out.
In and out. It's
What-
good.
To that point, we got to grow the store inventory too. So when we have people like today, we had 3 or 4 different customers come in, new customers, never seen them before, looking for Pokemon. They're
You
coming
can't
up.
sell it.
They're coming up from Wausau, and they're coming down from Tomahawk, and they're coming from all over looking for Pokemon because
Do not
apparently
wanna
even
disappoint.
apparently
Brian
even in
looks
Wausau.
good tonight, like whipped cream on butt cheeks. It depends on the butt cheeks.
I think it's the pink shirt.
This is pink. It's Pink Wednesday.
It's Pink Wednesday?
Every Wednesday,
Apparently, I didn't get the memo.
black is the new pink.
Black is the new pink.
Actu-
That's why you have the black
Yeah.
vest.
Yep. Well, just black looks good on me.
Okay.
No, pink is always every Wednesday at Associated Bank in Merrill at our branch. We wear pink for breast cancer awareness. So,
Oh, I just got a bunch of pink paint in this weekend too.
well, we
Actually, it
could
just came
definitely
in
do
today.
it. Ryan is the new Schwartzman. I think I'm also the old Schwartzman.
I don't think it ever changed.
No, at least he
Maybe.
doesn't spell my last name with 2 N's.
Hmm.
There are people who will spell my name. They'll do it without the C
Okay.
because they don't realize it's German.
Mhm.
They'll do it without the H. I don't know how that even happens. Shh. On there. Of course, a lot of them go Schwartzman then. I get that a lot. Mr. Schwartzman.
Schwartzman.
Like you're reading my name and you don't understand that there's. I
the
think
Schwartz,
the C
the
throws
Schwartz,
them off.
isn't that what they did in Spaceballs?
Yeah, may the Schwartz be with you.
yes. Yes.
They'll do it without the T, and then they'll do it with a double N. The double N doesn't add anything. This Schwartzman.
It's like Sockman, huh, Amanda? You should just come over and be part of the show.
Yeah, that's about right, Thighs. That's how it works. So, yeah.
So the cribbage league is still going well here in the
Yeah.
bunker, and that's pretty much running itself now. So.
That's great. I mean, just slowly.
What else we got going on?
Those are the big wins.
Those are the big wins.
Those are the big wins. We'll get into what's going on around coming up soon on there. So let's talk about what's going on in the show tonight. So we might do trivia. Haven't decided yet.
We'll see how
I
much
was
time we
kind
have.
of hoping that Jay would be here.
Come on, Jay.
Jay, calling you out. You're not here, and I'm not doing trivia unless you're here tonight. I even brought special trivia from Darth Gregorus.
Oh.
We did this before. It was Family Guy
The trivia box.
trivia box.
The trivia box.
But now we can't do it because
Jay's
Jay's not here and Greg's not here. So one of the two needed to be here to do this. Is that famous pantsless cribbage league in Merrill I hear about?
I'm pretty sure they all keep their pants on.
I don't say anything.
But I mean, they're retired folks, so we don't really put restrictions on them too much. We let them do what they want.
Where the Greg at? So Greg is a little interesting. So he actually took a vacation and went west.
Oh, where did he go?
He went and visited a friend. You know how really good guy friends, when they meet each other for the first time after a couple of years, do they just flip each other off? That's how close of friends they are. Yeah,
Cool.
the universal man greeting of flipping each other off and calling each other some kind of nasty name.
Mm-hmm.
So he went and did that, and then I do believe that him and Jeff Cecil, they're on and off again about recording their podcast. So What the Hell Man is what it's called.
Okay.
And they do it mostly on Wednesdays. Plus, Greg likes it's really funny. He likes to go to bed between 8 and 9 because he gets really tired and he gets up. He became an early bird once he sold the bar. Because when he owned Trophy Bar, he was up till midnight, 1-2 o'clock in the morning
Every night.
Yep. And then he just flipped instantly. He's like, "Yep, I don't have to." So I like going to bed early and getting up early.
He's now a morning person.
Yeah,
Crazy how that happens.
weird.
I was doing some research about that, and I do a lot of self-improvement kind of stuff. And one of the things I learned was that everybody's got like a 4-hour window where they're the most productive.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought about that because I used to tell my supervisors at the factory about that all the time. I says, the first 4 hours, because I worked a goofy 9-hour shift. I says, about the first 3 or 4 hours I'm here, I says, I don't really do much. But we started at 5:30 in the morning.
Sure, yeah.
I says, somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock, I says, I get like this burst of energy. And it goes until about 1, 2 in the afternoon. And then I don't stop, and I just kind of in like coast mode after that. And now that I've been out of the factory about 2 months, I kind of find that that's my busy time of the morning, too. I get about that 10 a.m. to about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when I like to get shit done.
Yep. You know what I'm going to do? Because Amanda's not over here, but I'm going to at least...
Somebody's knocking on our window.
Is Jay here?
Could be.
He needs to be in.
I think I have to go let somebody in.
Oh, Jay's here. Someone's here. There's Amanda in the corner. If she's not going to come over here, I'm going to at least put the camera on her. It's already on you. Oh, there he is. Hey. All right, hold on. All right, Jay's in the house. I love that you're here.
This is awesome. Yeah, I'm doing a pop-in because I have to drive my daughter to see her boyfriend in the morning.
Where are you driving to?
Minneapolis.
That's a bit of a haul.
You're going to have to talk like a little closer.
Hi. Here's my voice, sexy like thick molasses.
Now it is. Jeez Louise. You got to talk like you're back in the studio where you put the chin type thing like that.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the NerdCast.
Welcome.
You had to coach me quite a bit on how to use this goofy thing.
Well, I everything I learned from Jay. So
Yes.
if I'm doing it wrong, it's his fault.
I like the pink. Pink Wednesdays are awesome.
Isn't it? This
Yeah.
is great. This is probably you haven't seen me like that.
He looks good in pink,
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
he?
lost a lot of weight,
right?
too.
Right?
I'm trying to just wait until I have my surgery.
Your clothes budget must be huge with how much weight you're losing.
My clothes budget.
Yeah, because you have to buy smaller crap all the time.
Actually, I'm not buying anything. I was just telling Frank. I there's a couple things I want to order, but I'm like, nope, not happening until I have my surgery.
Not until after the surgery.
The 17th of April, I will, my doctor and will be figuring out if I'm going to finally have that surgery or not, or if I got to wait another couple months. Hopefully not, because I'd like to have it done in June. So that's when I'd like to do it, when school's out for the kids.
Yep.
But whenever time he says to do it, I talk to my employer, and she's like, "We're expecting it. We want you to get it done as soon as reasonably that it can happen." So,
As soon as you can.
yep, they said they'll work.
So what's on the docket tonight? I interrupted by I tried to do the secret knock on the window.
We should have a secret knock. I just thought it was like a raven or something tapping at the window.
No, that's what Jay. Nevermore. Nevermore. All right, so now we got to get caught up with Jay here. All right. So this is where I was kind of like, I was even telling Frank, it's like, okay, we're going to do stuff based on whether you're here or not.
Okay.
Okay. So first off, the biggest thing is we're going to show off Combat Patrol, 40K Combat Patrol tonight. I know this is kind of...
Who painted these? These are gorgeous.
Frank.
These guys here are still a bit of a work in progress. I'm working on these guys currently. Those Tyranids, those nasty space bugs over there, those were painted by our co-owner, Kevin.
Nice.
So I'm working on my Space Dwarves.
That is like
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
good line.
Squats.
Squats. At least they're not ratlings, right?
They have a kill team out.
I know they do.
I have an extra box coming.
Is this the
I
new
know
one?
you do, because I told you I wanted ratlings.
Is this the new one you guys were talking about the last time?
We were
brought up
talking about
Warhammer?
kill team was what we were talking
yep.
last time, but some of the kill... We'll get into that on there. Let's talk.
He's
talk
gonna.
you.
He's gonna. I'm pretty sure he's gonna rake me over the coals about the difference between all these games
Oh,
today.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what we do. We rake people over the coals. First off, Jay,
Hey, Ring Fit, I miss you.
I miss thighs more.
Well, Ring Fit and I have this special handshake
Oh.
that we don't use our hands. It's called the double Dutch rudder.
Oh. I've never done double
That's
Dutch
pay
rudder.
contact, but
Oh man! All right, so Jay, you are an avid gamer. We don't have you on here all that often. So, what are you playing?
right now mostly Star Wars Unlimited. That
Really?
is, yeah.
Yep. But you're playing like the standard, the premier, or
Well, I did make the Twin Sons, but
Okay.
it's really hard with my day job to get, because we have a nerd store in West Bend also, but they only run like the stuff. It's like 3 o'clock to like 5 o'clock on Wednesdays.
oh, when everybody else is still working their
Yeah.
real jobs.
Why would
yeah.
they do?
I don't know.
I mean, the place is cool and it has a lot of things. It's just whoever's running it that's when they can make
I
it.
think that's because it's kind of like
Giggity.
when it was you had ACD.
Yeah.
There was only certain people, or like Raw Deal. There's a great example.
Mm.
When we did Raw Deal, I was the only one licensed to give away promos. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
There's only certain people that can give away.
Well, and I don't know how they run their store there. So
That store is huge, though. I mean, Magic's huge everywhere, but their second game is actually Lorcana. Like, it
Yep.
is just there's
But
Lorcana everywhere.
Lorcana pretty much took over our entire Sundays here at the store.
Okay.
All right, so you're doing Star Wars Unlimited. What do you like about the game? What is something that draws you in on the game?
Besides the Star Wars aesthetic,
Yeah.
it's the deck building is fun as heck. I
Yeah.
mean, and the whole concept of not having mana. You know, your guys are your resources, so you have strategy everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to just rely on, I need 3 forests out to get.
Looking for old basic land.
Yeah. I love the lack of needing any. I like that you can use any card as a resource on there.
Yep.
So that's a big draw on there. Plus, I do like the Twin Sons format, which is very similar to Commander for those who play that, where you're only allowed one type of card, one of each card in a deck,
Rather than
except
3, because
yeah.
Matt, you probably touched on this when you guys did the the Star Wars show.
Yep,
But
go
you know, Magic is 4. You can have 4 of a kind in each deck. It's 3 in Star Wars, and then, like you said, like Commander, it's just 1 copy of each specific card.
Except for the Vulture Swarm droids.
Well, yeah, you can have 15 of those things.
15. So they're like slivers.
Okay.
They're very similar to slivers would be the best way to put that out there. Yeah, so who are some of your favorite leaders that you've had? So when you play the game, for those who maybe haven't played it, you have a leader and you have a base. So leaders are different main characters that you can use. So
And the base is like your life. So my 2 favorite leaders are Iden Versio
Yep.
and now the new Vader.
The Pilot Vader?
Pilot Vader.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Pilot Vader's so badass.
Yes.
Those pilots really changed the game, didn't they?
I played in
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because
Long-time
now-
listener, first-time caller, I have a question for Jay. Why do you have a thing for waffle makers, and when was your first waffle making experience?
So this is a PG show, right? Because
No.
this is
No, you can pretty much do
Yeah.
pretty much whatever you want.
so right out of the first waffle making experience was we camped outside, right out of high school,
Okay.
and there was this thing called the tent incident.
Oh my gosh, the tendons. Okay, here we go.
Without elaborating too much, that's actually where the Schwartzman voice,
Originated. That's the
from.
origination of the Schwartzman
and that was
voice.
the first waffle making experience. Yes, so it was a bunch of us in a tent, and I decided in my infinite wisdom, and everybody
he has
watching who knows me,
He has no infinite wisdom.
I have the best judgment making skills ever. So I decided to get busy with somebody in this tent on top of everybody else as they were
With
sleeping.
everyone else in there. Yeah.
And my foot slipped, and I kicked Schwartzman in the head, and he just went.
And hence the Schwartzman voice was created. And it's funny because I don't normally do stuff like that. I don't talk like that. But as far as Jay's kids know, that is exactly how I sound all the time.
Yeah. The Schwartzman voice.
The
But no,
Schwartzman voice.
the other game I really like right now is it's like a Netrunner board game.
Okay.
It is awesome. God, for the life of me, I can't think of the company that makes it. But it's faction-based, kind of like this.
Okay.
Like you can buy specific factions. You can buy add-ons. You don't really even need to buy the core set. You can just buy whatever faction you want. And if you already have terrain like this, terrain's a necessity, though.
Yeah.
So the core set comes with, I'll Google it here in a second when you guys talk, but the core set comes with terrain, but if you don't have terrain, it's only like a $25 investment.
Okay.
And it's really cool because it comes with like character cards, kind of like Raw Deal, where it gives like the stats for everybody, and then as they weaken, their stats change based on like a ruler. You get like a specific ruler with the game that has different color codes.
Oh. Yeah, you'll have to Google that. Going back to Star Wars quick, because you were a big Decipher Star Wars guy
Yes.
back in the day. What do you miss from that game that you wish that they could somehow incorporate into this current iteration of Star Wars?
So before they magicked that Decipher game,
And they
what I
did.
mean by magicked is they made it way more complicated than it needed to be.
I was just talking to Colin before about I hope Fantasy Flight and Asmodee don't do that with this Star Wars game. That they don't overcomplicate it where you got to read a book.
Add more rules, and then there's this thing called the stack, and then they take the stack away, then they bring the stack back. But no, so the Decipher game in the first 4 years it was out was you took the role of either dark side or light side. And it was pretty much like a role-playing game on cards because you had to take over sites. You know, you could fly to different planets. You didn't have to stay on the same planet. You didn't have to attack a base. The object of the game, it was the first decking game.
Yep.
So your deck was your life force.
Okay.
Yep.
And the resource management is each card had a cost, and you had to cycle the cards through different piles in order to either bring people out or to force drain people to get them to. It's just, I can't talk enough about it. If you have time, watch a YouTube video about it because that game was awesome. But the reason it died is because George Lucas decided to do more with Young Jedi.
Yep. Yeah. And it was a very, very popular game because it was really, to me, the only one that actually survived the Magic the Gathering years. That
was-
in the Star Trek
It was one of the
It was
last
both.
ones to get canceled.
Yeah. Yeah.
But The difference
Group
is though.
prompt: if you could choose any person to put fruit spread on a breakfast pastry, who would it be, and why would you choose Frank putting apricot preserves on Jay's Belgian waffles?
Were they whoever that is? Were they at Evercon and saw the whole Frank and Jay Belgian waffle incident?
Dies was not there. Dies was
I
not
don't
there,
think
but obviously
so
missed out
ironic.
on.
I don't think I would have been using the jelly. I mean, I'm more of a whipped cream
Well,
kind of
it's
guy.
not a jelly. It's a apricot preserve. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
A preserve is different.
It's a jelly in my book.
That's more classy. I'm not that classy.
Yeah. Well, Frank's putting it on your Belgian waffle, so on there.
But you know what probably was, in my opinion, the best collectible card game ever made before they shit-canned it was Star Trek.
Star Trek. Well, what was great about Star Trek and Star Wars was they actually used stills from the movies and TV show. You know,
Yep.
no, Star Wars didn't have a TV show, but Star Trek, all the different TV shows.
Yeah, getting to that point, if there was a character that had not yet appeared, say in a Star Wars movie, they would hire actors and actresses to. For instance, they released a Shadows of the Empire set. There's never been a movie. So they hired people to play Shizor and Dash Render and Mara Jade.
Yeah. Did they ever come out with Thrawn for?
Yeah, Thrawn was in there.
You were much more into that, and you knew a lot more. So Jay and I did not always get along in high school until we got along because there was like this tension of who was the better nerd.
Yeah.
Who knew more about Star Trek?
Who knew more about
Who
Star
knew
Trek?
more
or
about
Star
Star
Wars?
Wars? And Jay definitely knows more about Star Trek. I probably maybe
Back then. No,
yeah.
back then.
I know more about Star Wars in general, probably.
Stupelhoff? Is that a German thing?
Stupelwaffer?
Is that
Stoopwaffe?
Did she just put a
Stroopwaffe?
hard R on that?
I put a lot of hard R's on things. Strooper waffle. But yeah, Jay and I do that. But a lot of your wasn't just watching the shows or the movies. It was the cards that helped you remember a lot of
The
stuff.
cards opened a lot of pathways. And the other thing, too, was West End Games. I know you guys have talked about this before, but the West End Games role-playing for Star Wars had so much lore in it.
Yeah.
And that was at a time, the late 80s, early 90s, where George wasn't doing shit with the franchise.
The role-playing game, was huge, and they had adventure journals that would come out, once a month?
Yeah.
And they were stuff that was all made up. It literally was like modules for the month to play that you could do. And they did a lot of lore building there. At one point, we didn't know what the Emperor's name was. It was just the Emperor. We had no idea that it was Palpatine, and then it came out in one of the adventure journals, and then eventually made it into like the Book of Knowledge thing that they sold, and it was huge. But we didn't know.
Right?
The Clone Wars and all that was so different too at those times. So nobody likes. I'm a French toast guy. I love French toast. I make some of the best French toast.
He does make the best French toast.
I make
Champs.
Champs Restaurant. Come have a burger. Come touch my Ryan Schwartzman. Champs Restaurant.
Were you into the Star Wars stuff when we were growing? Because we weren't close in high school.
No.
But I knew you were into like gaming. But were you into like the Star Wars franchises at all? Or
I watched some of the movies. I didn't really do a whole lot of the nerd stuff with it, but
Yeah.
I was always kind of into the sci-fi kind of stuff, though. So
Yeah.
I knew what it was, but I did most of my Star Trek watching with my cousins.
Here,
so.
nice.
here, we can do this really quick. What are the numbers for the Enterprise? NCC.
I have no idea.
What does a TIE? What does TIE and TIE Fighter stand for?
Twin ion engines.
Ooh,
there you go.
I'm pretty proud of that. Freedom Toast. I never did.
You know,
the
I got
Freedom
that. I got that answer wrong on one of your Nerdcasts. Once
Yeah,
when
so you
were doing
remember
that
it. That's
stuff,
why I
so,
threw it back
yeah.
out there. But it's NCC 1701.
I see.
So
I would never remember that kind of stuff.
yeah, that's all right.
but that comes from just binge watching.
Binge
Like,
watching and watching and watching and watching. It's like you're watching The Bachelor.
Yeah.
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 I watch The Bachelor while I paint miniatures.
Actually, one of the
Oh,
best
nice.
things out there right now is, for me at least, Pluto TV.
Oh, I love Pluto TV.
One, it's free. You don't have to pay anything
Right.
for it.
I
And they
just
have
steal other people's accounts.
1, 2, 3. Do they have 3 or 4? They have at least 3 Star Trek channels.
I think there's 4.
I think there's 4 because they have original series,
Next
they have
Gen.
Next Gen, Voyager, and DS9. So there's 4.
Yeah.
4 Star Trek channels that all they do is play Star Trek.
That's crazy.
No, that's awesome.
That's
'Cause it's
crazy.
like, which Star Trek do I want? Oh, Spock's brain is on. Not watching that.
See, the Next Gen will always be my go-to
Yeah.
series. Don't get me wrong. I like DS9, Voyager. I like them both, but it's like a nostalgia thing, you know.
Yeah. I've really come to love DS9 because it was so sporadic when it was out, because it'd be like the 11 o'clock, 11:30 on a Saturday that they would play it because it wasn't in regular syndicate, where Star Trek Next Generation was 6 o'clock on Sunday on NBC.
Yep.
So you knew it was going to be there.
Right.
But DS9 wasn't like that. DS9, you had to stay up and all that. So I missed a whole bunch of it. And I was like, it's okay. But you missed so much of it. In the Dominion War, that changed Star Trek.
That did change Star Trek because
Yep.
I would argue with somebody that Star Warsified it, because
Yeah.
until that Dominion, especially the fight outside DS9, there was never a space
like
battle
that.
in Star Trek like that.
Not like that. No. The being attacked by the Klingons, and all of a sudden they got 5,000 photon.
Well, even
torpedo
the way
launchers.
they filmed it, like they're
Yeah.
in that battle, the camera at one point, like when they're shooting their torpedoes, it's like the camera's the torpedo and following
Yeah.
the path. It's really neat the way they filmed it.
Well, and the promenade for DS9 was one big set.
Oh damn!
Yeah, that was one big set. That was where all other treks traditionally take place on the bridge. Like, that is the main focus. And I think Voyager is actually the least of it to do that besides DS9. But in Deep Space Nine, it wasn't on in their command center. It was the promenade, because that's where all the people and everything else happened. It was ahead of its time.
Are you guys gonna get into that Star Trek game that's gonna be released soon? What the hell's the name of it? Into the Universe or Beyond the Universe? It looks like a version, like an updated version of Attack Wing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I don't
it's
think I'm familiar with that
one-off,
one.
and then they're going to add more scenarios to it.
Yeah.
It's a bigger. It's from WizKids.
It's from WizKids, and like it's an investment. Don't get me wrong, folks. Like, it's like $150 for like the first box, but you get the Dominion and the Federation, but you get like 10 ships in this box.
Yeah.
But then you can customize. So you get like a plate if you want to do the Enterprise. You can fly the Enterprise, but it doesn't have to be Picard that's the captain. You could choose Janeway or Worf or anybody else, and then you assemble your crew and you go battle.
I do have that Away's mission we got to play sometime.
Yeah. But that Star Trek looks
Yeah.
cool, and it's coming out soon.
Yeah, I saw a couple of playthroughs on it when they were building.
I can't remember it's Star
I
Trek in something
haven't
into
seen
the
anything
universe.
on that one yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's.
I haven't even seen it in Meeple
But it's
yet.
a bigger ship. It's not small. It's not a small ship. The Enterprise D is a bigger ship.
Yeah, it's a
too.
big ship, and the saucer separates on that.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
nice.
it's actually they purposely wanted it to saucer separate. Can you choose Morgan as your captain?
I see where they went there.
Oh, only if there's
that
some Mountain
guy.
Dew.
That guy.
Little Captain Morgan and some Mountain Dew.
Captain and Coke.
Oh, I like the Captain and Mountain Dew.
That's just because you like to be awake when you drink.
You haven't drank with me. I fall asleep pretty early. You haven't hung
Even
on.
with the Mountain Dew?
Even with the Mountain.
Oh, man.
Jay knows.
I know a guy that used to drink Kessler and Mountain Dew.
Oh,
So gross.
I like Kessler and Dr.
What did I draw
Pepper.
on the bottom of your foot that last time you passed out? Was I like balls? Is that what
Something
it
like
was?
that. Yeah, on the bottom of my foot. I go visit the guy. I go visit him, and I bring Peruka and Stephanie, his girlfriend Stephanie, over with, and we go visit Jay because Jay had knee surgery. And the guy is freaking writing stuff in the middle of the night because I am not a night owl. Like, I
did
hit
it
midnight,
because
1
who
o'clock.
looks at the bottom of their feet?
Nobody. Ever.
But he kept. The problem was he
Until
kept touching
walks
the bottom of my
barefooted and
feet.
everybody sees it.
What I wanted is him to put his feet up like at his mom's house or something. You know, his socks are off. Oh, Ryan, you like balls, huh?
At one time, they thought I was gay, so, or I was going to be a priest. Same thing.
Right.
Oh, that was bad. All right. So besides gaming, Jay, wrestling. We need, because you're here, to talk about what's going on with you in wrestling,
So
because
there's-
it is phenomenal.
So the knee injury was actually the best thing that could have possibly happened.
You know what's the second best thing to come out of that show?
That fight?
the fight because it is on YouTube with the police report and stuff like
Dude,
that?
did you? Okay, so for the people that aren't in the know,
my Lord.
last June I tore my ACL during a wrestling match. On
It
that
was bad.
on that same show, so I'm backstage, Frank. I didn't know any of this happened, but some drunk guy got pissed because this kid kept coming up to the ring,
And we were in
Which is-
Baraboo, by the way.
Okay.
so.
which is a no-no. You never get close to the ring because you could get injured.
Yep.
You never know if one of us is going to get tossed out. So the wrestlers were like yelling at the kid, where you've watched wrestling enough to know that wrestlers yell at fans.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? Well, this one drunk guy took it personal and jumped in the ring, and literally the merch tables cleared out.
Wow.
There must have been like 15 wrestlers in the ring kicking the living shit out of this guy.
Yeah, the guy was beat up.
But the best part of this video, now that people have context, is after they showed the body cam of them arriving at the scene, then they cut to him in holding.
Yeah.
And he's drunk, and he's like, dude, it's like Deliverance, like, man, that was my kin.
Yeah.
That was my kin.
What are you gonna do?
there
I'm gonna
that
stand
day.
up. I'm gonna stand up for him. What do you expect me to do? Just let them make fun of a 9-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I gotta be honesty eyes in the officer. Alcohol may have been involved.
Yeah. I'll send you guys Ring Fit Runner and Thighs. I will send one of you the link to the video. I'll send you the video.
So with the wrestling though,
Just remind me.
After that ACL injury, I was out for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And coming back forced me to be a manager. So like using my verbal skills, which has opened up a million more doors now.
But here's the thing: is myself and Joshua Turbo have always told him that his verbal skills were amazing, and he just
Like,
he needed that to happen to him. You needed the injury.
Yes.
I hate to say that.
Because now, like this Saturday, one of the reasons besides taking Tori to the airport tomorrow is I'll be doing a show in Marshfield for Frontline Pro on Saturday,
Yep.
managing Rory Shield, up and coming great gal. But I can't say too much yet because one, I don't want to jinx myself, and two, I don't know if I can. But national promotion has expressed interest in me being a manager with them.
Nice.
Because here's the problem: most people can wrestle. Like they can teach you to wrestle. You can get in there and put on a match. You can even put on a very good match. How many can actually speak on the microphone and either get legitimate heat or get a crowd to pop? That is a true skill,
Well,
and
Jake
they
the
work
Snake-
really hard on it.
Jake the Snake Roberts even said, and a lot of the other older guys said, yeah, I respect the fact you can do a triple Lindy moonsault, but talk to me and sell me on the fact how grueling a headlock is. He's like, I'll believe you have talent if you can make the fans react to a headlock.
Yep.
Because you got to sell it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was good at. I was good at selling.
Oh, dude, Schwartzman could take a beating.
I can see that. He's
Yeah.
German.
But I could. Oh, man. But it was more than that. But no, you're really good on the microphone, and your character.
Was his name the Angry German?
So it was Lord Seth.
Yeah.
And like when we originally pitched this idea to Ryan in high school, because we backyarded before we got trained. But when we originally pitched this idea, we just wanted him to be an angry Star Wars nerd that came down with like not the face mask, but just like the Darth Vader bucket
Okay.
helmet on.
Yeah.
God damn it, Star Wars is the best.
Yeah, needless to say, I didn't realize that they weren't being serious. And if you get to know me, as you know me, those who know me, I take things like to another level. Like if you give me time, it goes to another level on things. And I found this great Halloween mask, which Jace hates. That bad stuff happened to it. It melted in the back of my trunk.
Purposely melted. This thing was awesome. It looked like when he had that mask on, he shouldn't have been like 600 yards from a school zone.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a great mask, and I cannot find another one like it because it was like very form fitting. I was able to put my mouth into like where the mouth would go,
Okay.
and so everything moved, and it
Nice.
looked like it was
looked
part
like
of
a
me.
corpse. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was very Jason Voorhees. If you take off it was very gruesome on there.
Nice.
And so I would transform into that character. So
And
there's videos of it. So
There's other opportunities wrestling coming up too. Like I'm getting back as Gentleman Jay. That's the new gimmick.
it's the evolution.
Yeah, Gentleman Jay.
It's the manager version.
which is kind of like Nick Bockwinkel mixed with Ted DiBiase a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
But there's interest, and I can't say if it's going to happen yet or not. There's interest in actually bringing Glam God back for one-offs.
Yeah.
People want to pay for, yep.
Well, I would always tell you just to make sure that if they want you to do that, to charge more for them.
Right. And in fact, without saying who, somebody in our chat right now is the composer of the Glam God theme song.
What? It's a good theme song.
It's an awesome theme song.
I think that's great. So, but you do have the Gentleman Jay theme, which is kind of neat too, because it's like a throwback to what, like the 40s?
The 40s, yeah. It's annoying enough where when the fans hear it, they just want it off, and that is the response you want. You know what I mean?
When you're a heel, you want to make things uncomfortable and all that. And sometimes people are like, I hate that guy. Like, you don't even have to do anything. It's just when you can play the music and you know you're going to hate them.
Here's the magic of this art, though, because it is an art.
Yep.
So a lot of guys, they want to be heels, bad guys, but they want to be the cool bad guys, Here's the thing, though. Gentleman Jay is already so over that people are asking for merch because I'm trying to get them pissed off.
Yeah.
And they're realizing that I'm the one entertaining, you know what I mean? Where they want me to shut up. Because, I even bought, like, a book, like, that thick.
Yeah.
Of, like, big words that I memorize, to try to, like, insert into promos. I mean, I'm not that smart, but when you're standing in the ring, and calling hey, you're not a lady, you're a warthog.
What I think you should do is you should almost do the Chris Jericho thing where you have the long list of stuff.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And you should just read that off, and you should just purposely do that. Honestly, you should, or do the Andy Kaufman thing, but like he did for the one thing where he got paid when he was a comedian, and instead of doing his comedic act, he just read from a book.
He would only do that, though. The best part of it, so Andy Kaufman, the entertainer, a comedian, he would only do that if people weren't reacting to his jokes.
Sure.
So he'd go get the book. He always carried it with him, The Great Gatsby. Mm-hmm. He'd read that sumbitch cover to, I'm not kidding you, cover to cover. Even if people left, he would
just keep
reading.
reading?
Yes.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. It's crazy. But he knew how to get people to, he was a comedic genius.
30 years ahead of his time, man.
Yeah, way ahead of his time. So
I heard on the way over, because I was listening on the way over, what is the trivia? Because I do have to go before you do the demo. But if you do trivia...
You want to do some trivia?
Let's do some trivia.
You want to do some basic trivia?
Let's do some trivia. Mandy, you want in on some trivia? More the reason to come and play with us.
So we are doing the Family Guy box
I think we got us a player coming, Ryan.
Okay, I am going to get my ass handed to me.
Yeah, I lose every week when we play this.
No, so my... Do you want to sit down?
Hey, I have another
one
chair
right there?
right over here. I don't think you're going to get a camera, though.
It's okay.
All right.
So my cartoons or animated show that I love is Bob's Burgers. So if we would be doing Bob's Burgers trivia...
This is what I have.
I'm just saying.
I'll give you some Bob's
I'm giving a
Burgers. All right,
disclaimer.
Jay.
We might have to share. Let me see if I can find us another marker. You have another marker over there,
I
Ryan?
don't.
We can
I will see if I can get one quick.
Off the board to run for?
All right,
So
I'm going to
Frank is
assume
going to
that
find a
thighs and
marker.
ring fit runner in. Jay,
Frank is going to find a marker. This moment of silence is going to be brought to you by Ryan Schwartzman's left butt cheek.
I'm going to need to get some more too here. And thighs.
I don't think Ryan wants me to use a permanent marker on it.
Actually, you can get that stuff off. All right. At least we're up.
But it works.
Is this the right answer, Ryan?
My Dixie erect. Dixie wrecked. Oh yeah. And we're not even drinking.
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm pretty sure. All right, question number 1. We're going to just do 5 questions. We're going to do this pretty quick, okay?
Hey,
Top
thighs,
5.
ring fit. Make sure you chime in.
Yep, okay. Question number 1. Are you ready for this? Where does Peter sign the family's record deal after their impromptu jailhouse performance?
Ooh.
Multiple choice?
Oh, nope. I'm going right off of this. Where does Peter sign the family's record deal after their impromptu jailhouse performance? Do, 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 do.
That's the name of the bar.
On the arresting officer's
Shelf-like buttocks.
on the arresting officer's shelf-like buttocks is from Thighs. The White House from Ring Fit Runner. Jay, what do you got?
The urinal at Shea Stadium.
Mm-mm. The
At the
clam.
Clam.
Nope.
No?
What you got?
Side of the road.
Ooh, the closest is Thighs because she actually brought up buttocks on an inmate's butt cheek.
Oh, Thighs gets a point.
I'm giving her a point. Okay.
Because she just said butt cheeks.
That was my first guess, and then I re-guessed myself.
Yeah, I'll try to find questions here. Like, oh. Why?
Is your pen not working? Do I have to go get another one?
What paints do you use for this, by the way? Do you use the Citadel?
I do mostly Citadel.
All right, Thighs
I
has
do
a point.
some Army painter
No,
as well. Just depends on
accidentally,
what I'm painting.
accidental points,
The
right?
The bases
Butt points.
are Army painter.
So, within the Family Guy universe, how old is Stewie?
In the Family Guy
Universe. So, like, we know it's been on for a long time, but how old is he actually? Like when they think of Stewie, how old is he? How many times has Family Guy been canceled? Twice? 3 times?
It's still on. I don't know.
No, it was canceled a couple times. Stewie, a baby. Yes, Stewie is a baby. You guys do the question. I'm gonna.
What do the
Is there
answer?
one hanging? Is it hanging?
All right, Ring Fit says 2.
Right around the corner.
Ring Fit says 2. Thighs says
18
18 months. Frank,
2.5
2.5.
years.
3.
2
2 human,
years,
54 and stubby years. The answer, no one actually got it, but we'll give points to the closest. Thighs wins again. 18 months. It is actually 1 year old.
Really?
Yep, he is
Wow.
1 year old.
He talks pretty good for a 1
I
year
know,
old.
right? Mummy, Mom.
Do you need a
Mom,
new marker,
Mummy.
Ryan?
Yeah, I need it.
All right,
if you
I'll
want
be
it
right
there.
back.
All right, good. All right. So that was question number 2. Why do you think you have to leave?
Because we have to get up early. Long drive. And she has to dye my hair.
Blue works well. You gotta wash your hair.
No, she has to dye my hair. All that wrestling shit.
Oh, you're not gonna know this one.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. I'm trying to find questions that people would know. Okay, in the episode, he's too sexy for his fat. What is Chris jealous of Meg for? In the episode, he's too sexy for his fat. What is Chris jealous of Meg for?
Oh my God, I've seen that episode. I don't remember though.
It's not something that most people would be.
Oh, then I'm totally.
Oh, I did find one that's multiple choice that we'll do. Okay, so Thigh says having a book. Ring Fit Runner says being popular.
Frank's answer.
Glasses.
Glasses.
Voice.
And you both said boobs, so that is not the correct answer. The correct answer is her mustache.
Mustache.
Her mustache. All right, that's a done. All right. So that was question 3. No points to anyone. Okay. Who does Jasper, Brian's cousin from Los Angeles, bring back from Club Med?
Who or what does he bring?
Who?
Who?
Who? Who does Jasper, Brian's cousin from Los Angeles, bring back from Club Med? It is not herpes.
That would be a what, not a who.
That would definitely be a what. And then I'll do, for the final one, I'll do a multiple choice.
Oh my
Lindsay
God, I can't-
Lohan. Oh, you thought you said what? Oh, then you can do a new one, okay?
That does not spell right, I don't think.
Yeah, you can do new one thighs.
Are we ready?
Pamela Anderson thighs says.
No, not Pamela Anderson. Jay?
TV's
TV's
Billy Crystal.
It is not.
Madonna.
Nope.
No.
No clue.
Ricardo.
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 I remember that
Who the
once.
hell is Ricardo?
Just someone that he brought back. It's not so. Yeah. All right. So this is going to be multiple choice. So let me read all of it and then give you the multiple choice.
It's
All right?
always A. A is always the answer.
Are you sure? Peter drops a penny off the Empire State Building. It hits a police officer, splitting him in half, revealing something inside. What is inside? Is it A, Cleveland, B, a horse, or C, a tiny naked man? I'll read that again. Peter drops a penny off the Empire State Building. It hits a police officer, splitting him in half, revealing something inside. What is inside? A, Cleveland, B, a horse, or C, a tiny naked man? All right, it looks like our participation audience, our viewers at home have chosen B, the horse. Jay, what do you got?
Say see a tiny naked man.
C, a tiny naked man.
I'm going with Cleveland.
A, Cleveland.
I'm a J.
You're with Jay, tiny naked man. We all like boobs and naked people. My kind of stream.
We're in good company here
The
tonight, folks.
answer is C, a tiny naked man. But just for compliance reasons, I'm going to show you this. It was originally a tiny naked man, but because I knew he was going to do A, I made it C. All right. So it looks like Thighs is the big winner for this. Thighs, you are the winner of Family Guy Trivia for this week. All right. Jay, you got to stick around.
She wins an all-expense-paid trip to that cheese place at the side of the road of Highway 45.
So Cozy Corner is now the House of Cheese in Merrill.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because he has over 50 cheeses. You can buy a block of cheese and have that immediately cut and put on your omelet.
Are you You're shitting me.
No, I'm not.
What is it about Merrill? And Merrill and Gleason, like, you can't just have a restaurant. Like, what's that fucking place? Oh, sorry. What's that freaking place on the other side of town where it's like, yeah, Billy Bob's, mufflers, Cadillacs, cheeseburgers.
Are you talking about Joke and Joe's?
Yes.
The tackle shop? He owned that too. Tackle and Cheese House.
But he had more stuff than that.
Yeah, and he had like Baker Barnes
Yeah.
and all kinds. Yeah, shoes. Jeez. But now he owns a restaurant, and he sells 50 different types of cheeses. And if you buy the block, it can go on the omelet. My
guess.
question is, does the omelet become cheaper because now you've bought the cheese ahead of time?
I guess go
It
big or
should.
go home.
It should.
It should.
All right. We're going to move on?
Moving on.
All right, let's talk a little Lincoln Evercon. We actually go Lincoln, the Console Wars, coming to Merrill at Lesson Gyms October 17th through the 19th. You going to be there, Jay?
Yeah, actually, I am. I took off work.
That's great.
Sweet.
Yep.
We're going to be there. I'm going to
I'm
be
pretty
there.
sure I am off work for that. Oh, wait.
And Lincoln is now an Evercon property, Evercon LLC, so it's not, so it's
now.
now.
Lincoln, a division of Evercon.
It's actually going to be like Evercon LLC presents Lincoln going
Okay.
forward. So
Are you going to do a video of you in green paint rubbing your ass on a tree again? Because that was my favorite part of Evercon.
I'll be honest, there's a lot of people who enjoyed that. If Josh wants me to do it, I definitely can. So I should probably turn your mic up, huh?
That's okay.
Oh, now it's up.
The,
now.
the world wants to hear you, Amanda.
Can't see you.
They can't see you, but they can definitely hear you.
All right. So let's go right into the game. You have time.
I have to go.
No, you
I'm sorry.
don't.
I thought we were talking about Lincoln.
We were. Now we're gonna go on to the next thing.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Jay.
I'll be back here. If you guys are in town, anybody out there wants to take on a professional wrestler. In
Are you
Star
coming
Wars
back
Unlimited,
tomorrow for-
I'm coming back tomorrow night.
Star Wars Unlimited. You
Here
gonna
at
play?
NorCom.
Sweet.
I got my decks. I'm going to come and play.
What do you have with you? Your decks.
No, I said did I say dicks or decks?
That's why I'm questioning.
I meant.
What did the folks at home hear?
I was staring Ryan directly in the eye, so I could have said dicks.
I do have lovely blue eyes. I'm told I have magical blue eyes. So
But yes, I have my my construct. I even have my twin sons deck that I brought.
who's your two leaders?
Pilot Vader and I can't pronounce his name. Volstang.
Oh, Yeah.
You know, I think
okay.
I'm going to have a chance to be here tomorrow.
I did a
I don't think
A
we have
job,
anything going on, do we, Amanda?
Bosk
No.
Twin
That's
Sons
very
Underworlds. It's okay. I got to tweak it a little bit,
Better check
but
my
it is
calendar.
it's pretty bad. But my Imperial deck, which is Tarkin and Gar Saxon,
Yeah, I've heard stories. But I don't know if I'm ready for
when
that.
when two people have to take me on to beat me up.
Good night, thighs.
No events for tomorrow.
Bedtime.
But
Good
yes.
night.
See that?
I love you guys.
No events for tomorrow. See that, folks? That means I can come and play tomorrow night, Ryan.
That's excellent.
Hell yeah.
And then
Tomorrow
Oh,
night.
that'll be awesome.
and then
Tomorrow night.
baseball.
gonna-
Baseball kicks in after that.
So we are doing the what is it called? Premiere, the standard. We are gonna do a Swiss. One winner in one moves on, so it's not multiple, and then we're gonna play Twin Sons after that's done. So, or
Then we
as
can-
people
then
are
we can do
limited.
that box tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, the half that's left,
Oh yeah. That's right.
because I might have gotten.
Antsy, I don't blame you.
Well, there might have been a Yoda that came out of that. A showcase Yoda that came out of that box that Jay might have gotten if he would have done
Done it that day, yeah.
it that day.
But I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks
All
for
right.
coming,
Yep.
Jay.
Oh,
Good having you.
Yep, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, I'll be here.
Amanda,
Yeah, I might come tomorrow.
excellent.
I'm not locking anything up.
I can unlock it.
You never know, there might be a stream.
You never know. It is Merrill. There's a bar right
There definitely could be strangers. Strangers.
Like going 2 by 2.
Golden 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Oh, I can't quite. There we go.
Oh, I could
There
be
you are. How you doing, Amanda?
Good.
So next week we're going to play. What are we playing? Splendor next week?
We,
Is that what we decided?
well, probably because we all know how to play it.
Okay, we're gonna do that
We're doing Splendor.
next week. Is that what we're doing next week? Splendor.
Next week we're doing Splendor.
All right. Let's move on to tonight's game, which is 40K Combat Patrol. Boom, boom, boom.
Warhammer 40K Combat Patrol.
All right. So I have a couple of the boxes that are streaming across here. So let's explain first off what's 40K, Frank, just for those who don't know.
40K is a futuristic war game. You're basically fighting across the galaxies and fighting against other humanoids and alien creatures, and there's all sorts and shapes of enemies to fight. They say that in the far future there's only war, and that's exactly what we do. Every planet seems like it's under attack all the time from something.
No, that makes sense because as things get a little more dangerous, you go out a little farther.
Yeah.
If we ever get into space, we're gonna run into stuff that is probably not
Weird.
nicey
looking.
nice.
Yeah, there's things out there.
There are things out
I
there.
want to believe.
All right, and it's happening, and it's 40K because it's happening 40,000 years.
40,000 years in the future.
All right. So we got a couple of these Combat Patrol boxes that are coming across here. Adeptus Custodes, Tau.
You're a towel.
I'm not a Tau. I'm
Friends don't let friends play Tau.
no, that is for certain.
That is
Chaos
for certain.
Space Marines.
Exactly.
So okay, so we have 40K. What 40K is usually the larger one on there. What is Combat Patrol to 40K?
All right, so if Warhammer 40K is two huge armies battling it out on a battlefield, Combat Patrol would be more like a platoon
Yeah.
inside of that army.
I like that little truck there.
That is, I think that was the Gene Stealer
Yeah.
cult. I think that
Can I
was.
just get the truck?
I can get you just a truck if you
Can I
want. the
use
truck.
it for my Space Dwarfs?
No, but if you're an orc player, you could.
Okay, keep going.
So Combat Patrol is going to be like a platoon inside of that army, and you're going to play a little bit smaller scale battles. Basically, it's going to be an army in a box.
Okay.
So all the models that you're going to use in a Combat Patrol are going to be right there in that one box. Games Workshop puts out data cards just for Combat Patrol. And they do have slightly altered rules from the full-on 40K rules.
Okay.
But it's still going to let you get a good feel for how the units are going to work, even in the bigger games. So when you get all of the rules back, they're still going to operate more or less the same on the battlefield. Just have more goodies.
Okay, so the miniatures that are in these combat patrols, can you use them in regular 40K?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So actually, it's a great place to start with this. It's a perfect level for getting started with a new army or learning how to play Warhammer 40K in general. So all the core rules that you're going to play in the full-on 40K, you're going to use in Combat Patrol. But all the models are also usable across both. So it's a great way to get your first 500 points for your 2,000-point army right here in the Combat Patrol.
So now we'll go down one level here because we've been playing a lot of Kill Team.
Yes.
Can you use a lot of these miniatures in Kill Team too? Like if I buy a combat patrol, can I use those in my Kill Team?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no, because you got special operatives in kill teams, which
Okay.
might have special weapons that you don't necessarily have access to in 40K or Combat Patrol.
Okay.
But some of the models you can. So if you got like an orc boy, let's say, and he's got a slugga and a choppa,
Yep.
he can certainly be part of your kill team for your orcs.
So really, some of the miniatures are like across the board, where you almost have 3 games worth of play out of them.
Some of them, yes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's definitely scaling too, isn't it? Because like Kill Team is very squad based, like
Yeah.
it's super, but it's like the highly trained version.
Yeah,
right.
It's going to
And
be
then-
like your Navy SEALs of Warhammer 40K.
Okay. And then when you get to this combat patrol, it's almost more like a smaller division within the army.
Yep.
Would that be
Like
like
a
Easy Company or something?
yeah,
like that?
like a platoon inside
Platoon, okay.
platoon inside of
So like-
a company. Yep.
Yep. Okay. And then you get to regular 40K, and then you're playing more massive stuff.
Right.
Where everything's pretty much out there.
Yep.
Maybe not some of the Kill Team stuff, but all of the combat patrol stuff can be played.
Yeah. The only thing that limits you a little bit with Combat Patrol is your Combat Patrol data cards are going to tell you exactly which weapons each guy can have.
Okay.
Which kind of makes it easier for newer players to get started because you don't have to sit there and spend time deciding, does my guy want a plasma gun or do I want to give him a melt-a-gun?
Okay.
The Combat Patrol is just going to tell you your guy has a melt-a-gun, and that's what you
And
model
then you
him
have
with.
a gun that melts.
But then that same melt-a-gun,
Yeah.
you can still use that same model when you build a full-size squad in regular Warhammer 40K, and you're still going to have that melt-a-gun.
Interesting. Okay. So let's take a look. Okay, so tonight I'm gonna actually come to the game of the week. I think this is gonna be, and we have this kind of set up. We'll get to the different squads here in a second. Here, I'm actually gonna take that off because that's the rules. And so we have Space Marines, right?
Yes, we have Strike Force Octavius.
Okay, and we'll get back to them in a second here, and then we're gonna scan over here, and then we have the Tyranids.
Those are the Tyranids, a.k.a. Space Bugs. You guys at home ever see the movie Starship Troopers? Picture those aliens on the battlefield. It's
I
pretty
do
similar.
like that idea.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them back here.
There are a lot of them.
How many are back over this way?
There are 20 Termagants back in that squad back over there. And they're about to take on 5 Infernus Marines.
It seems a little unfair.
Yeah, they're Marines. They're tough. They'll be all right.
All right, so let's take a step back here, okay? Now, so in the combat patrols, and we're actually going to open up one combat patrol.
Are we?
Well, we will, but we're not that far yet.
Oh,
but we're going to go through what is on the table right now, so we can just go through a little bit, okay?
All right.
Okay, so let me click out of here and go to right. Boop. All right, so first off, we got the Space Marines, Strike Force Octavius.
Octavius.
All right, and we can go between the two. So that is
Now, Captain Octavius, he is a little bit of a work in progress yet on the paint, so I'm still working on painting him. So he looks a little rough at the moment yet, but he's definitely ready to do some battling against some Tyranids, though.
okay. So let's go onto the screen here. We can see that this is the Strike Force Octavius. Let's
Yep.
just break it down. So you have the Captain Octavius. He's
Yep.
that. But let's just. There's a librarian in there, which we'll get to. We'll show that in a second. Terminator Squad of 5 models, and then Infernus Squad.
Yes.
So that's what makes up this combat
that
patrol.
that makes the entire
there's,
combat
there's
patrol.
no like there's no like vehicles or
Nope.
anything that can be allowed in this, because this is it's Space Marines. If people don't know what Space Marines are, they are super heavy duty armored guys.
That Terminator squad is literally like 5 walking tanks.
Yeah.
They are tough as nails.
All right. So
So how do you know how many points you have? Does the cards tell you?
That's the beautiful thing about Combat Patrol is it's not point based like 40K is. 40K, each model would have its own points value, and you would pay so many points for a 5-man squad or a 10-man squad. With Combat Patrol, all the contents of the box are your army, so there's no counting points or anything else. And Games Workshop does a really good job at leveling them out, and they adjust the rules. For example, like the Custodes Combat Patrol, it comes with jet bikes, and it also comes with, I believe it's wardens in there, but you can't take both. So you have to choose which one of those 2 units you want, because they're both so powerful of units that they would, if they allowed you to play them together on the board, you would pretty much destroy your opponent. So they keep it balanced by telling you can take the jet bikes or you can take the wardens.
okay.
And you can switch from one game to the next. The models are in the box.
Yep.
And you can choose between which one you want to play.
All right. So now we'll go back and forth between some things. I'm going to bring up. So these are the stats for Captain Octavius on here. Captain Octavius.
Octavius.
Octavius. I'm going to call him Optimus.
Optimus Prime.
All right, so this is a typical data sheet for Combat Patrol here. So let's look at that first set. Let's go over what these different stats are here.
All right, so the stats, you see the one in the M that's got the 5 inches below it?
Yeah.
That means that he can move up to 5 inches every time you go into the movement phase.
Okay.
So he can move 2 inches, he can move 3, or he can move up to 5, but he cannot move more than 5.
And you don't have to roll the move.
And you do not have to roll to move.
Okay.
And then the T is their toughness.
Okay.
So when you're rolling to wound, if you have a strength, a weapon has a strength characteristic. You can see that in the characteristics below. We'll get into that in a bit.
Yep.
So what you do is you compare the strength of the weapon to the toughness of the target. And
Okay.
then there's a chart that you roll on to see if you can actually wound it with the strength of that weapon that you have.
All right.
And then we have a saving throw. You'll see here that he's got a 2+ armor save. That's because he's in Terminator armor. So on a single 6-sided dice, anything but a 1, he's going to save his
That's
saving throw.
crazy.
And as I say, they're like walking tanks. So they look like they're outnumbered, but these guys are really, really tough. And then the W, I'll go back to the saves. You see the 4+ underneath. That's an invulnerable save. So let's say he gets hit with a weapon that's strong enough where it would negate all of his armor.
Yeah.
Because there is armor penetration in this, which can take some of that armor away. So he actually has an invulnerable save, which still allows him to save on a 4+.
Okay.
So on a 6-sided dice, a 4+ is still a 50-50 chance that he can save it.
All right. Okay.
And then we got the W. That stands for the amount of wounds that each model in the unit would have. In this case, it's just Captain Octavius himself. So he himself has 6 wounds. So that means the Tyranids have to wound him 6 times before he's eliminated off the battlefield.
So there's a save of 2+.
Yes.
And then you still got to do 6 wounds.
Yes.
And I'm willing to bet that some of the smaller Tyranids don't do more than like a single damage if they're lucky.
Most of them do a single damage, yes.
My lord.
Except for the big guys over here. These guys are kind of nasty, but there's things you got to watch out for there, but that's why they're going to take on the Terminators.
Okay.
All right, then moving on, you got a leadership test. So every now and again, you're going to be prompted to take a leadership test. Usually that's going to come around when your unit gets below like half strength or something like that. You lose half the models in the unit. You got to take basically a morale check to see if they're going to stay in the fight or if they're going to retreat on you. And then the OC is objective control. So you see out here on the board, you got all these big round dots.
Big round dots, yep.
Those are the actual objective markers. So the green dot
Like these.
the green dot in the middle is actually the objective, and the edge of the circle is the range that you have to be within to be claiming the objective.
Okay.
So what that does is, if I have these 6 guys on here, they each have an OC of 1, and that big beastie Tyranid over there comes on, push him over. I think he's got an OC of 2. Then the Marines here would control the objective because they have more objective control numbers than what the Tyranid has.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yep. So this isn't always a game of just killing each other?
No. Actually, very few games of 40K actually rely on just destroying your opponent.
What?
You actually have to do stuff.
What?
Yeah. Reminds me of a game that I heard of with a guy playing Dust 1947 that annihilated his opponent and then ended up losing the game because he didn't get enough objective points.
Yep. Yep.
So the same thing can happen here. So just because you wipe your opponent off the board doesn't necessarily mean that you win the game.
Yeah. And sometimes I think people, they don't realize that more is going on than just, I mean, you go out there, you got to kill things. You're hoping that you will control objectives that way.
Right.
But sometimes it's just holding them off.
Right. I mean, you think like even in real world, most of the time if you send a platoon out or a squad out, you're trying to achieve some objective. You don't just send them out to shoot the other guys. They're usually trying to go out and get intelligence, or they're going out to save somebody or something along them lines. They're not just going out to shoot up people because they can.
That's so crazy, Frank. That's so crazy. All right, so we'll get back. Okay. So that was the OC. Was there anything else that you want to talk about with?
If we go back, we'll see that they're armed with a couple of different weapons. If we go back to the front page, Ryan, can you go back to that one?
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, no, I can. Trust me, I can. There we go.
All right. So you're good. The models are going to come unassembled. So you're going to have multiple weapons on the sprues. And that's going to let you build these models in different ways so that you can use them in Warhammer 40K proper. But for Combat Patrol, if you look underneath each one of the entries there, like let's look at Captain Octavus, it's going to tell us that it's the one model like we talked about before. And then it's going to tell us that this model is equipped with a Stormbolter and a relic weapon. So the relic weapon is his sword.
Okay.
And the Stormbolter is his double-barreled Stormbolter on the other side.
These models are so awesome.
These models are really, really impressive, the amount of detail that's on them. So moving on to the Librarian, if we look at him, we'll see that this model is equipped with Smite, which is actually a psychic ability.
Okay.
It's not something that's actually modeled on him.
So he uses his brain.
Yep, but he does have a Book of Magic on his butt. He's not painted yet, guys.
That's
sorry.
Not what I wanted to click.
Yep.
There we go.
So he's got a Book of Knowledge on the back, so all of his spells and stuff are going to be in that book. So I'm sure his Smite spell is in there.
Okay.
He's also going to have a Stormbolter once again. His looks a little different. His is mounted on top of his wrist. I don't know if you guys can see that at home, maybe right there. Can you point it out from there, Ryan?
Yep, right there.
So you can see his hand is underneath, and his Stormbolter is actually mounted on top so that he can do like Force Lightning out of his fingertips if he wants to.
What? I thought it was Grease Lightning, and now it's Force Lightning.
I was just listening to that song earlier today. And he has a force weapon, which is the giant axe in this case.
That's a pretty cool axe.
That's pretty cool. It's going to look really awesome once I get it painted.
I bet it will.
So it really makes it simple because you don't got to sit here and worry about what weapons I want to give my guys, because the Combat Patrol kind of dictates what you can have on them. We'll see the Terminator squad has got Stormbolters and Power Weapon. That's going to be on the Sergeant.
Okay, so oops. We're in the Terminators?
Terminator squad,
Okay.
yep.
Poof.
If I can find the Sergeant here. There he is. So the Sergeant, as we look at the paper, tells us that he has a Stormbolter and a Power Weapon. It's not quite as fancy as the Captain's sword because it's not a relic sword like the Captain's is.
Still pretty fancy to me.
Still pretty fancy. And then we'll see that we have one Terminator equipped with an assault cannon and a power fist. Now this guy, you folks at home that like a lot of firepower, this guy will be your best friend. He has a minigun underneath his arm.
Freaking cool. That's what I want to hear going off.
And what's really cool about this, we're talking about the modeling on it. If you look at the base right here, there's actually a pile of spent brass between his feet from firing the gun.
That's awesome. That's a lot of fun.
And he has a big power fist, which is a really powerful close combat weapon. It's a little bit slow. It's a little harder to swing, and that shows in the stats. When we look at their stats, you'll see that he'll have to hit on a 4+ with that big power fist, where the captain is only going to hit or will hit on a 3+, and that's going to be under the WS or the weapon skill.
Oh, gotcha. That's
Yes,
over
right
here.
there, right there. So the A tells us how many attacks they get with that weapon.
Okay.
And then the WS tells you what you have to roll on a D6 to make a successful hit. And then it has a strength, and that'll vary from what you need to wound depending on what target you're targeting. So if it's a strength, what do they got on the power fist? Strength 8.
Yeah.
All right, so if he's up against a creature that's toughness 8, the base to hit is always a 4. But if he's up against, say, the Termagants over there, which are only a toughness of 3, and he's got that strength of 8, he's double the strength of that toughness. Because if it was 6, it would be double, and he's more than that. So he only needs a 2+ to wound a Termagant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you sure they're just wounded at that point?
Yeah. It's not going to be feeling very good.
All right.
All right, and then the other Terminators are all kind of the same, and so the other 3 are going to have Storm Bolters and Power Fists.
Okay. And then what else we got left here?
And we have the Infernus squads. These guys are kind of fun. This is a newer-ish unit. I think they came out in 9th edition. We're currently in 10th edition of Warhammer 40K. And these guys basically are all armed with flamethrowers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kind of like that idea.
Yeah, so they're pretty much exterminators against these space bugs known as the Tyranids.
Are they like specialized against these guys?
Kind of. I think that's what really levels out this combat patrol to a horde style combat patrol like the Tyranids, is that you do have those flame weapons in there, which can.
Does it work well against other combat patrols?
I played this one against Grey Knights.
Okay.
And it did pretty well against them. The Grey Knights won by, I think it was 2 objective points. They did beat me in that one. With the Tyranids here, it's about a 50-50 mix of who wins with the Space Marines or the Tyranids. A lot of times it depends on the Tyranid general and if they understand what their units are capable of.
Sure.
And what their role on the battlefield is supposed to be. The Marines are pretty well utilitarian. They can pretty much do all things.
All right. Okay. So, should we go on to the Tyranids then?
Yeah, if you want to hand me the Tyranid paper over here,
Oh,
we can talk to those guys.
There you go.
There we go.
All right. So, this is Tyranids. They're space bugs, combat patrol, and it is what the
Vardengeist Swarm.
That sounds very German too.
It does. It sounds. I don't know. I don't even know where they come up with this stuff.
Right. So let's just list here. We got the Terror of Vardengast.
Yes, he flies. He actually has wings. You might be able to grab him easier than I can.
We'll just list this and then we'll go through them individually.
Okay. All right.
What, the Psychophage?
The Psychophage is the monster. He's going to have a Psychoclastic.
He's the brain bug.
Yeah, so he's basically got a flamethrower. He spits venom out of his mouth. He's pretty cool. We got 20 Termagants, and they have a flesh borer gun, which is a ranged weapon.
Okay.
And they have claws and teeth.
What?
Imagine that. Aliens with claws and teeth.
But
right?
they shoot things, too.
They do shoot things. They're
Okay.
actually really good at shooting and not so good at close combat, believe it or not.
It's because they're small?
Because they're small.
Okay.
Because the Tyranids have the ability to, so they got a hive mind. It's like a giant mothership that hovers above the planet. And basically they send these little bugs down to the surface. And as we shoot them, they adapt to it.
Okay.
So they find ways to, what's the word I'm looking for? Morph their Tyranids into things that they need. So if they need more shooting ability, you end up with things like Termagants and the Barbagants, which are up there on top of that building. If they need things that are more close combat-y, you get the Von Ryan Leapers down here.
Okay. Von Ryan.
Von
Okay.
Ryan's Leapers.
So we have Barb Gaunt, which I thought was like, I thought it was someone with like crazy hair, which we'll get to.
You would think.
And then Von Ryan's Leapers. All right, so let's start with the Terror of Vardergast.
Let me find him in my paper here.
And then, yep, I'll get Mario up here once we get.
I think I found him.
All right.
All right, so you're going to see that here. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so you're going to see that his move characteristic is a 12, and that's because he can fly with the wings. So he can move a lot faster. You're going to find out a lot of the Tyranids can move a lot faster than what the Space Marines can. That gives them an advantage on the battlefield. He also has a toughness of 5, which is right up there with the Terminators.
I like the paint job on this. I like what they did
That
with
I
it.
believe, I think Kevin's wife Jess actually painted that model. You can see that he's only got a saving throw of a 4+, so not quite as good as what the Terminators had.
Okay.
And he also does not have the invulnerable save. He still has 6 wounds, and he's got a leadership of 7+, and he has an objective control stat of 1. His main weapons are the Prime Talons, or a melee range, so only in close combat. He gets 6 attacks, Ryan.
6?
6. You remember that captain was hitting on, I believe it was a 2+ before?
Yeah.
This guy also hits on a 2+.
Oh.
He's got a strength 6 with those weapons, and he's got an AP -1. That AP is important because if he hits that Tyranid,
Yeah.
instead of that 2+ save, that -1 is going to take one of those marks of armor away, so he's going to have a 3-up save instead of a 2-up save.
Okay. Let's see. Jay chimed in. I am just about to go to bed, but the game I was thinking of is called Cyberpunk Red by Monster Fight Club. We'll take a look at that at some point.
Cyberpunk, I've heard of that.
I know Cyberpunk, but we'll take a look at that. So, all right. Thanks, Jay. Have a good night. Okay. He got a day job, and now he doesn't stay up late.
Funny how that happens sometimes. And then you'll see that in the damage column there for the Talons that it does a damage of 2. So every time that he connects with something and actually damages it, it's going to do 2 wounds instead of 1.
All right. Let's take a look at that Psychophage.
That's everybody's favorite model in this combat patrol. So you can see it moves a little bit slower than the Vardengeist does.
Still 8 inches, though.
Still moves 8 inches, and it's on the ground, so he does not fly because he doesn't have wings. But check out that toughness, folks. He has got a toughness 9. So that means even that strength 8 power fist needs 5s and 6s to wound him. It's crazy. And he's got a pretty impressive 3-up save. That's a pretty common save across the game. And an astounding 10 wounds.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Well, he's a big guy.
He is a very big guy. He's got a leadership of 8+, so he's actually got more leadership ability than the leader does of that combat patrol.
Okay.
And he's got an objective control. I said it was 2 before, but it's actually 3.
All right.
So you see he's got a ranged weapon. He's going to have the Psychoclastic Turret, which is basically a flamethrower. It does D6 attacks.
What does that mean? So you roll a d6 and then
You roll a 6-sided dice, and that's how many attacks he gets. So it could be 1, it could be 6. It could be anything in between.
That's a little crazy.
It's a little crazy.
Okay.
But you notice something interesting there because with that turret is like a flamethrower. I forgot to mention this for the Infernal Marines before. They have the same thing. So you notice their ballistic skill, the BS, is an NA on that. So that means that turret weapons like flamethrowers automatically hit. So you do not have to roll to hit.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I suppose it's just flames. I mean, if I'm shooting a flamethrower in your general direction, don't have to roll the hit.
Right, exactly.
It just
happens. You're just going to mop the whole area in flames, and that's exactly what these guys are going to do.
Man.
So you just skip the roll to hit part, and you go right to the wound. So you're gonna compare the strength 6 to whatever the toughness of the target is, and then we could go to the chart and see what you need to wound them.
Okay.
Works out pretty good. And then he's also got his talons in.
Yeah.
I can't quite read that, but he's got a big old teethy maw on him as well.
Look at that. Rawr, coming at you.
It kind of reminds me of a graboid from Tremors.
Yeah.
So how do you know what you have to roll?
So what you have to roll is like when you're rolling to hit. Let's say this guy is going to use his Okay, so this guy here doesn't need anything when he's shooting. He automatically hits. That's what we were just talking about. But otherwise, you control the ballistic skill, and it'll give you a 3+, a 4+, a 2+, and that's what you need on a dice to hit. So if it's a 2+, you need a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and you hit.
Yep. All right.
You're talking about like your wounds or whatever.
Yep.
That guy's a 3+.
Yep.
So anything over a 3 and higher?
Okay, so what he has is he's got a toughness of 9. Okay, so if let's say this
Here, okay.
guy's gonna fight him, right? So whoever charges first, we're gonna give the Space Marines the benefit of the doubt that they got the charge off.
Okay.
So what's gonna happen is we're just gonna use the one model here just for an example. So we're gonna look at the Terminator stat line. That Terminator has a power fist. So we're going to find the power fist. We're going to look at his weapon skill, the WS, and it's going to tell us it's a 3+. He gets 3 attacks with that weapon. We're going to grab. That was just my dice.
That's you opening.
It's me opening some dice up. So we're going to grab three D6s, and we're going to roll them. So that
Because there's a 3 there.
because it tells me he has 3 attacks. So if I had 2 guys attacking him, I would grab 6 dice, 3 for each model. So right now, though, we just have 1. So we're going to roll the dice. That one's cocked. We'll re-roll that one. I got a 3, a 1, and a 5.
A 3, a 1, and a 5.
So the 3 and the 5 would hit because we needed a 3 or better to hit. So now we have a strength 8 against that toughness of 9, was it? Toughness is 9.
Ben plays it all. Hello, hello, hello.
So-
the Warhammer preview, the nuke. Was that Cathay Army in Old World looks so good?
Ooh, the Old World's an awesome game. We don't play that one here at the store yet, Ryan, but we should.
I might have some Old World stuff yet.
You might.
Dwarves.
I sold them. You having dwarves, I couldn't imagine. So what happens now is we take our strength 8 against the toughness of 9. So our base to hit, if the strength of the weapon and the toughness of the target are equal, it's 4s to hit. But since the toughness of the target is higher, but not more than double, we need a 5 or a 6 to wound.
Okay.
And how do you know that?
Because there's a chart in the book that tells me that.
So there's a rule book
There's a rule book right over there in the corner.
that come with the box.
Depending on which box you buy, yes and no. But most people pick up the core book. You can also download the rules for free right on Games Workshop's website.
Absolutely.
You can download them. You can also use the Games Workshop Warhammer 40K app on your phone, and you can get all the rules for all these units, plus the rules for the game on the app as well.
Absolutely.
So then what we do is we pick up those 2 dice, and now we know we need a 5 or a 6 to wound. We got 1 5. It's going to do a wound. So now he's going to get a save. He saves on a 3+. But we'll see the Power Fist has a -2 AP. So that's going to add 2 to that. So instead of being a 3, it's going to be a 4 or 5. So he's going to roll that 1 dice. On a 5 or a 6, he's going to save. It's a 6 he saves. He takes no wounds. Let's say he failed that. Let's say he rolled that 1 there instead. Then that Power Fist would do 2 damage to him. So you see he's got 10 wounds. He would have 8 wounds remaining.
Just that simple.
Now, that's the big difference between what a lot of people like Age of Sigmar versus 40K is you don't have to do that comparison
Yeah.
to wound. In Age of Sigmar, your data card is going to tell you, War Scroll, I believe they call them, it's going to tell you need a 3+ to hit and you need a 4+ to wound. It doesn't matter how strong that be.
But I think, one of the big differences is that we're dealing with armor stuff now.
Yes.
That's a big thing here is it's almost like the Age of Sigmar stuff is more
Sticks and stones.
Yeah. You're not dealing with power armors and things
And
like that, and
lasers,
lasers
yep.
and things like that. So it allows it to scale. Because I remember that at one point they said you can mix some of these guys together to play.
Mm-hmm.
And now you gotta finesse the rules a little bit. But the 40K guys are gonna stomp on any
for
of
sure.
the Age of Sigmar guys. But you can fight stuff together.
Oh, you could.
Yeah.
Not probably not going to end well for the Age of Sigmar guys.
No, no. But that's and
But
then-
one thing is kind of neat too is like in Age of Sigmar, when you have a multi-wound like this Power Fist doing 2 wounds, you make a pool of 2 wounds.
yeah.
And then you, after the attack sequence is all done, then you've just removed models until all those wounds are taken up. Now let's say that Power Fist guy in 40K attacks one of those Termagants over there.
Yeah.
He doesn't do 2 wounds to the whole squad just
Right.
because he does 2 wounds to one model. Well, the Termagant's only got 1 wound.
Yeah.
So you waste the other damage that you did if you're punching them with a Power Fist.
You're punching those guys with Power Fists. You're gonna basically be making soup out of them.
But that's what
Yeah.
kind of what the people like about the 40K though. Is you
Sure.
got like las cannons, which are meant for killing tanks,
Yeah.
and it's a powerful weapon. But the extra damage isn't going to carry over when you're blasting an Imperial Guardsman with it.
Well, that makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing. That las cannon should be easier to wound them lighter targets. So having that comparison chart does make sense in the futuristic setting versus in the sticks and stone setting of Age of Sigmar.
That makes sense. Should we look at the rest of that combat patrol?
Let's take a look at it.
All right, so that was the Psychophage. Let's take a look at Termagants.
Termagants.
These are what I would call like your basic troops for these guys, right?
They're what I like to call cannon fodder.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah, so you can see they move right along. They move a little bit faster than the Space Marines do. They're going to move at 6 inches. They're pretty weak, though, with that toughness of 3. That's pretty low. That's like the same as an average human in like the Imperial Guard or something like that.
Oh.
They're usually toughness 3. So they're right on par with the average human. Save 5 up, again, right on par with the average human. Single wound, again, about the same. They got that leadership 8, which is actually not too shabby.
Okay.
And they have OC of 2 each. So we got that 20-man unit over there. You
Yeah.
actually have 40 OC on
Okay.
an objective. So it's pretty impressive.
Well, that makes sense too because they swarm.
They swarm. You're right.
Yep.
So then we got the flesh borer for the ranged weapon. It's got a range of 18 inches, only 1 attack each. It's got a 50-50 chance of hitting with that 4+. It's got a strength 5 though. So
Okay.
if we remember back, those Terminators were also toughness 5. So you got 5 on 5, so they're wounding on 4s.
Okay.
So they got a pretty good shot at it. AP nothing, so it doesn't negate any of their armor, and it does 1 damage for each one that gets through. Melee weapons, they have their claws and teeth. Again, they get 1 attack. Hitting on 4, strength of only 3, AP nothing, and doing 1 damage.
Okay.
So then we got the Barbagons.
Yep. Okay. We got Barbie coming up. Okay. Barbagons.
So these guys are the kind of sit back and shoot kind of guys. You don't really want these guys getting into combat too much. They got the Barb Launcher, which is a blast weapon and a heavy weapon. It's got a range of 24 inches. Again, it's going to do those D6 shots, but that's D6 for every model that's in that unit.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
So you have them currently. Let's take a look. You currently have those guys sitting up there.
Yeah, for some reason they got on top of the building.
Well, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Now they can shoot at everything.
Yep, they can see everything. They can shoot everything.
Okay.
So we see that their ballistic skill is pretty average with that 4+. Strength 5 though, that's pretty decent. AP nothing, and does 1 damage. And they also have the claws and teeth, which is mediocre, with the 1 attack hitting on 4s and strength 4.
Well, why would you want to? I mean, the claws and teeth are pretty. If it was an average human, it would be pretty bad.
Yeah. If
But
it was
really, they
going
wanna
up
be
against
shooty.
right. Their main purpose is to use those ranged weapons because you got that blast rule on there.
How many arms do they have?
I never actually counted them. I didn't paint those models, so I didn't have time to count the arms.
Looks like 2 arms for the gun, and then like some claws on the other side, and then some hoofs. Interesting. All right.
So you see that they also have some interesting abilities with these guys. We're talking about their range. Each one of the units sometimes has extra abilities on it. We didn't really hit on everything, but this
Sure.
one's kind of fun because we were talking about their role on the battlefield as being ranged weapons. Disruption bombardment. In your shooting phase, after this unit has shot, select one enemy infantry unit hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, an enemy unit is disrupted. While the unit is disrupted, subtract 2 from its move characteristics and subtract 2 from its advance and charge rolls made for it.
No.
So it really slows the enemy down if you
Okay.
get some hits on them.
I suppose almost like shocking to you.
Exactly.
So a little bit like a son. All right, and then we have Von Ryan's Reaper.
Von Ryan Leapers. I got to find them on my sheet here. Von Ryan Leapers. Now, these guys are your typical fast-moving ground assault units. You see that they move at 10 inches. They got a toughness of 5, which is really good. They got a save throw of a 4 up in there. We have that a 6+ invulnerable save, just like what the Terminators had the 4+ invulnerable save. These guys get a 6. So if they get hit by those power weapons, which negate their regular save, they still get that 6+ chance of surviving. They have 3 wounds each. They have a leadership of an 8+, and objective control characteristic of 1. You'll see that they have only melee weapons, so they're close combat orientated. But get this, folks, they get 6 attacks each.
Yikes.
There are 3 of them out there. That means they get 18 of them. If all 3 of them can hit home, they get 18
My
attacks.
Lord, they're like a whole bunch of General Grievuses going on.
Exactly.
Baby dice.
And that is Strength 5, AP -1. So again, taking that 2+ away from those Terminators and making that a 3+, and then do 1 damage for each one that gets through.
Yeah, but if you got 18 coming at you,
Chances are something's going to get through.
sure, that makes sense.
And they have a special ability called Pouncing Leaps, which is kind of fun. You can target this unit with a heroic intervention stratagem for 0 CP. So stratagems are little ploys that you can play during the game as it's going on. You're going to have what they call command points. And for 0 command points, so you don't have to spend any of them, you can actually do a intervention, a heroic intervention, which lets them countercharge, essentially, is
Okay.
what it does.
That kind of makes sense for them.
Yep. And you can do so even if you have already used that stratagem on a different unit this phase. So gives you that ability to do it for your command point on your captain and then do it for free on your Von Ryan Leapers.
So where did I got it here? Okay, so talk a little bit about rules and phases on here. Okay, so there's a command phase. There's like 5 different phases in a round. Is that how that is, or is that per side?
It's per side.
Per side.
So this is I go, you wait and see what happens, and then you get to retaliate on the other end.
Okay, so let's go down a command phase. What is a command phase?
So a command phase, everybody's going to gain 1 of those CP points that we were talking about. And then if any of your units had lost more than half of their models, you got to test to see if they're battle shocked, and it goes through the rules there on how to do that. There's also some special rules that sometimes lets you do other things in your command phase, and those will be on your data cards for the units that can do that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then you go into your movement phase next. So there we can move up to that movement characteristic. And you're going to move all of your models together. They do have to stay in coherency, which the size of the units dictates how far apart they can be. So if they're less than 7 units in 7 models in a squad, they have to be 1.5 inches from each other. And if there are 2 inches from each other, sorry. And if there's more than 7, then they got to be 1.5 inches apart because you got to save space on the battlefield.
Sure. And I see that there's something called normal moves and advanced moves.
So an advanced move is, in lieu of shooting your guns, if you want your guys to get across the board a little bit faster, you can advance them. So you can move up to your standard 5 or 6 inches, and then you can roll a d6, and whatever the result of that roll is, you can move them that many more inches, but you cannot shoot your weapons after that. And a lot of times you cannot charge unless you have special rules that tell you that you can.
Okay. Then we have a shooting phase.
Shooting phase. Warhammer 40K is very, very, very shooty, folks. It's the most fun phase out of all of them, in my opinion. So here you're going to basically shoot all your weapons. You're going to choose which weapons the squads are going to shoot, and then which targets they're going to shoot them at, and then you're going to roll to hit, and then roll to wound like what we were talking about earlier.
All right, and then we go into a charge phase. So I haven't looked ahead on this. So I'm going, there's a movement phase and then a charge phase?
All right, so
am I thinking different on what charges are?
What do you think charges are?
I don't know. Like, am I charging weapons or am I actually moving?
Charges are trying to close the gap to get into melee, to get into close combat.
Okay.
So what's going to happen there is, depending on what weapons, some weapons you can shoot and still charge afterwards, some of them you cannot. So what's going to happen is, if you want to charge with a unit, let's say this Terminator squad wants to charge that guy, they're going to do a standard move. They move their 5 inches. We got to right there. We got to get about 4 inches to go. About 4 inches. They need 4 inches. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll 2d6. And you got to get at least that 4 or greater. I rolled a 6 here, folks. I rolled it off the camera for you, but we did get a 6. So what that's going to do is that's going to let me move 6 inches, and we're going to be able to get into that close combat.
So is this in like lieu of movement, or you can move and then you can do a charge?
You can do a regular move, and then you can try to do a charge afterwards.
Okay.
So potentially, if you got a 6-inch move and you roll a 12 on your charge, you can actually move. You can actually get about an 18-inch movement in a single phase.
Okay. So, but a charge has to end up. You have to end up near an enemy when you're done with it.
You have to get within their control zone.
Okay.
And then, if you don't roll enough, like let's say we would have rolled, we need to get that 4 inches there. Let's say we would have only rolled 3.
Okay.
Let's say we would have got a 2 and a 1. That charge would have failed. Those models would not have moved at all.
Okay.
That would have just been a failed charge, and they would have just sat there and waited for whatever you wanted to do to me in your next turn.
Because sometimes when I'm playing these games and I'm trying to figure out what they're doing, I also kind of make it cinematic in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, okay, so we got the command phase, we have a movement phase, and we have a shooting phase. So they can move and they can shoot and then they can charge?
Depending on the weapons that they shoot. Sometimes they can, like a lot of the assault weapons and stuff you can. Some of the other ones you cannot.
Okay. And it'll probably tell you if you can or not. Okay.
Yep.
But in essential, if it would allow you to, you could potentially move, then shoot something, and if you think you're in range, then you can charge towards them. So I'm envisioning someone like moving into place, doing a quick couple shots, and then being like, he's right there, come on, and just doing that within like a 5-second span.
As an old Necron player back in 4th and 5th edition, the Necrons absolutely hated getting into close combat. So whenever somebody would do that to me, I would remove models off my front ranks.
Okay.
That way they had that much farther to try to get that charge off. So figure for every one I took off, it added like 3 inches that they would have to get on their charge to get that charge off if they tried to.
All right. Then the final phase is actually fight phase.
The fight phase, yep. So there what we're going to do is first you can move each of your models in fighting unit up to 3 inches towards the closest enemy model. So basically, you got your charge off, you made the charge happen, but some of the guys are farther back here in the squads. They might have to move up a little bit yet, so you got that pile in. Basically, the guys are all jumping in there trying to help each other out, so they're trying to get a little closer. So you can move them up to 3 inches into base contact with the other models that you're trying to attack.
Okay.
And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make your attacks. So if you got multiple stuff, if these guys are all just attacking the big beast, all their attacks are going to go against that. But if you have different characters in there and stuff, you can kind of dictate which ones where you want your attacks to go. Or if you're fighting 2 units at one time, you can dictate, well, I want 3 guys to attack this unit and 2 guys to attack the other unit.
I guess one of my questions for the fight phase is, is the fight phase only you still? It's not a back and forth thing?
Okay, so what happens is you actually get to fight back in my turn,
Okay.
but whatever unit charges
Yeah.
gets to go first.
Okay. So it's not a at the same time type of thing
Right.
where everyone rolls.
it's
You
not
get
a-
to go first.
Yep.
And if I survive,
Then you get to hit back.
Okay.
So then in the next turn though, like when it comes your turn,
Yeah.
then if one of us don't destroy each other,
Yeah.
we have an ongoing combat. Then whoever gets to go first is the player whose turn it is not.
Ah, okay.
So if I charged, I got to go, and then in your turn, I get to fight first again.
Makes sense.
It does make sense.
It makes sense.
But if we have multiple combats going on across the board, then we get to pick and choose. Sometimes it can kind of negate that a little bit.
But does everyone get so on your turn? All of your guys go, like each individual unit will go, and then I'll go. So
Yes.
it's not like your unit goes and then I get to
right.
do a
So
unit.
if we only had the one combat going on here, say all these Terminators were up in here like this.
Those are all one.
This is all one unit.
Yep.
All right, so these guys are all up here. They're all going to battle that guy. So I charged. All my guys would roll their attacks first.
Yep.
So all those power fists, everything I have in there, all the power swords, relic weapons, everything's going to attack him. If you survived,
Yeah.
which you probably would, because I've seen this 100 times.
Yeah.
You would survive that. You would get to attack back with your close combat weapon.
Gotcha. Okay. But in general, so we do command phase. On your turn, so it's so it's like your command phase movement. All of your guys go first.
Yep.
So it's not your team. This team goes, and then I can move. Then I can do this guy, and then you do another thing,
Nope.
and then I do this.
You have to completely weather my wrath before you get to
See,
do anything
that's
back.
so different than some of the games that we've played recently.
Right.
That I'd almost have a hard time doing that. I'd be like,
Yeah, because we've been playing a ton of Kill Team lately where one of my operatives goes and one of your operative goes.
well,
and-
even like bolt action or something like that, where it's even random. But sometimes it's like I don't want to all go. I want to see what you're gonna do.
Bolt action is with that order dice system that they have. It's crazy because sometimes you have to weather the storm. I was playing my French Partisans last week or the week before when we had our escalation league going on. And there was a time when I was playing against Sean where he took like 3 units before I even got to go. I'm like just weathering the storm.
Well, and sometimes when you're playing defensively, you almost want the other person to kind of go for. It all
Yeah.
depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So it's just hard for me to sometimes remember there were times when games were like all of your stuff goes, and then I get to all go.
But there, with the command points, there are things that you can do with some of the stratagems that you get to do in your opponent's phase.
Sure.
So actually, I'm going to crack that rule book open. I'll talk
'Kay.
to that a little bit. See if I can find the page in here. Give me a second here, folks.
Well, while you're doing that,
Look, I had it marked right there.
oh wow,
So, can they see? Yeah, right there. Perfect. So these green ones here, you can actually kind of do these during either player's turn. So you can either do them during yours. This is like a command point reroll. You don't like one of your dice rolls, you can spend a command point and reroll 1 dice.
okay.
That's stuff you can do there.
So you do it during your command roll, okay?
Or even during your to wound roll. Like
Okay.
I really needed that guy to die, and I had like 2 wounds left, and I had a power fist. I missed one of the wounds. I could spend a command point and re-roll one of them dice to try to get it to hit.
Gotcha.
So the blue ones here, you see those you can only do in your turn.
Okay.
And then the red ones, you can do only in your opponent's turn.
Gotcha.
So there are things that you can sometimes do, like fire Overwatch, for example. People like to do that one, especially with the shooty units. So that's going to let you shoot at targets moving around the board. You're going to interrupt your move, and I'm going to shoot you.
Okay.
A lot of times they do it during the charge.
Yep.
So there's that, and then each one of the, we should probably talk to that. Do we have any of those on there? Any of the stratagems for the...
That I don't have.
Okay. So,
That I didn't do.
So each one of the kill teams, besides the stratagems that are in the core rulebook, each one of the combat patrols has 3 additional stratagems that you can also use, which are particular just to those combat patrols. So every combat patrol is going to have different ones. And that adds a little flavor to the army so that all the armies aren't playing the same way during the combat patrols.
Sure, makes sense.
And then, so you're going to have 3 here. And then you also have secondary objectives, which you can pick 2 as well. Don't look quite as pretty as what's in the book.
Interesting. All right. So we're not going to have time to play.
We're not going to have time to play.
But I wanted to show, because Ryan likes space dwarves. So I like dwarves, play German. So I picked up the Leagues of Votan. But they're cool looking. And they have motorcycles. They're a motorcycle game.
They have some pretty cool trucks, too.
Yeah, the trucks are pretty cool. So we're going to just crack this open and see what's all in.
And you had already opened this box, correct? But you have not built anything.
I
that's
haven't
in it?
built anything. I didn't do it on purpose. I mean, yeah, I did open it because I'm
Well,
not like that where I don't wanna.
it's like a kid in a candy store. You got to taste it a little bit.
Okay. So we're just going to show when it opens what you all get. So it's a pretty tight box.
Which is good because you want it to be full of stuff.
Right. So you have your booklet that shows you how to build everything, your different things here.
And let's take a little closer look at some of those. It's going to have options for some of that, like we were talking about how you have to build the models. There are options in there. So if you're not going to play Combat Patrol and you're buying one of these Combat Patrol boxes to start your true 40K army, you don't have to build it just to what the Combat Patrol says. You can use the other options that come on the sprue.
So a good thing here is like this shows you can build either this blue one, which is one type of weapon, the green one, or you can put just different arms on that same body. This is another good one where this shows where you have Uther, or you can just make a cow on there. So
one thing to that point about the different weapons. So before Combat Patrol was really a big thing, I had bought one of the Chaos Space Marine Combat Patrols. And I didn't really build it to the Combat Patrol thing because, like I said, it wasn't really a thing at the time. So I armed my guy with a Power Fist right there. Pretty cool. He's also got a flamer underneath and the plasma gun. So in the Combat Patrol, he is supposed to have a big Thunder Hammer instead of the Power Fist. So a lot of our games here, when I do play them, we just count his Power Fist as the Thunder Hammer. So if you do model them different, as long as we're not playing in a sanctioned tournament, most people aren't really going to care as long as you tell them before the game starts what he actually has, because he can only have the weapons that are allocated to him in the Combat Patrol anyways.
Sure. Let's go back down over this way to look at what else is in this box. They give you, obviously, some bases in there. For the
Those are
different
important.
ones. And I think these are all the same.
And it does tell you in the instructions which bases to use if you do have different size
And
bases.
these are all the same. But then just look at all this sprue plastic.
Look at
goodness.
all that plastic crack.
And they'll tell you there's numbers on them that help you. I know that's not going to be easy to see.
Yeah,
but
it's
there are
pretty hard.
numbers
Kind of, there you can see it.
on there that'll tell you what you're building on there.
And each sprue has its own identification numbers too, so you know which sprue you're looking at.
I'm not just being all crazy here. I mean,
And these are not push fit models. These ones you have to glue together.
Yep. But there just so many different. I mean, just look at how detailed this is for the bikes.
Those bikes are badass. You're gonna like
they
those.
are. I know. I was pretty excited about it. But it gets you down here. There's just, I mean, there's a ton of different things in here. I mean, there's
So many options.
and then you get down here and there's the bigger,
There's your bike bases.
and then some more little bases, and then decal transfer sheet.
Decals.
So for this one, the Leagues of Votan, as an example, it comes with, looks like Uther Destin, and then it comes with a whole bunch of Hearthkin Wars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Comes with 3 bikes. And what are these Sithonian berserkers? So you get 4 of those guys, and then so there's a lot of good stuff in here.
Yeah, and then obviously you have the codexes, which you can get for a full-on 40K, and inside of each one of the codexes, the new codexes also come with the Combat Patrol data sheets and everything right inside. So Ryan, when you're ready to get your book for your Space Dwarves, we can certainly get that ordered in for you.
Kind of like that idea.
So you kind of see here, this is the Chaos Space Marine Codex. This is the newest one. The Hellbrute was actually from the Combat Patrol prior to this one. It turns out that when this one came out, I had all the models already, so I didn't even have to buy another one.
Oh, that's it's almost like you cheated.
And then it even comes with a kind of a painting guide, believe it or not. So that's kind of nice. If you've never really painted before, don't know how you want to paint your guys, it kind of talks you through the process and what colors to use for what. Nice little feature. And again, it's going to have all of the special rules for them. It's going to have the secondary objectives. It's going to have the enhancements and the stratagems for each of those armies. And then it also gets into the actual data cards right behind it. And if you buy the box of data cards, guess what? You can have them separate from the book as well. Highly recommend because they're super nice to have while you're playing the game.
And the ones that you buy are a lot better than just trying to print them off.
They are.
Honestly.
I mean, these are super thick cards. I don't know if that really does you any justice there at home.
And they just look pretty. And there's artwork on the
There's
back.
artwork on the back, yep. And one thing that's kind of neat about these two is that we were kind of talking about the difference between the Combat Patrol before and the regular data card. You see here the abilities are a little different. Here with the Combat Patrol, we don't have really any additional abilities other than it tells you that they have the Dark Packs, which is kind of their theme throughout the whole 40K, whether it's Combat Patrol or the full game. But here you can see that they also have For the Dark Gods ability, which gives them some extra abilities in the full game of 40K. So the Combat Patrol is going to give you a flavor for what their role on the battlefield is. And when they actually get into the full game of 40K, they'll switch over to that card and they'll get that additional ability in the bigger games. And you
Nice.
see here it also, for my Combat Patrol, I'm only allowed to have 10 of them. In a full game of 40K, I can have 1 champion and 9 to 19 cultists. And then
9 to
so
19.
I could have a 20-man unit of cultists just like they have a 20-man unit of Termagants here. So there's a little difference between the two, Combat Patrol and regular 40K. But again, you buy the box of cards, and you're going to get all those cards in the one box.
Nice. All right, Frank, I think it's time to wrap
I think
things
it's time to
up.
wrap her up.
Next week, we will be back pending weather.
I think we're going to have a good week next week.
I think we're going to
Ryan.
have a good week.
I think it's going to be good.
I think it's going to be good also. And the game of the week next week, we're going to be playing Splendor.
We're going to play Splendor. Amanda's going to play with us. Yeah, she
She's
loves
so
Splendor.
excited. We'll see if someone else can get in there. It's one of
we-
my favorite games. We'll go over how to play it and some different strategies behind it.
Strategy. There was more strategy to that game than I gave it credit for the first time I played it.
A lot of people don't understand strategy, and there's different ways to go about things.
Oh, for sure.
You know, a big thing. We'll get into that next week. so.
Next week.
All right, everyone. First off, let's thank our sponsors, and we'll thank. You can do Nor Comm.
All right, Nor Comm Games. Nor Comm Games is your tabletop guide for all things gaming. Nor Comm Games carries Games Workshop, like we've seen here tonight, Warlord Games, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Disney Lorcana, Dungeons & Dragons, Star Wars, plus so much more. Plus, you'll find weekly events happening in our gaming area, Bunker 1307. Wednesday afternoon is casual gameplay. Thursday, we have our famous Cribbage League, which has really become a big thing. Friday afternoons, we have Learn to Play board games that you can see live on our Facebook page. Saturday is a variety of events, and Saturday night is usually Magic Commander. Sunday, we have Disney Lorcana. Oh, I thought you were going to cut me off.
Nope.
For a full listing of Nor Comm events, head over to our website, norcommgames.com. Nor Comm Games, the only thing to do.
Nor Comm
Of the universe.
All right, and we want to thank Face Value Cards for being a sponsor. Tired of looking through the same old boring greeting cards at the grocery store? Sick of cards costing way too much? Are you looking for new ways to remind your family and friends that you're hilarious and thinking about them? I don't know if all my family would be liking that. Well, you're in luck, fam. At FaceValueCards.com, we've got you covered with quirky, witty, anytime greeting cards. Tell your bestie that their dog likes you better. Tell your sibling they are more motivational than your other motivational crap. Not sure which one to try? Grab a 10-card variety pack for a 10% discount per card. Add the promo code NerdCast at checkout for, get this, Frank, an additional 35% off.
35% off,
That's
Ryan?
really 45% off.
Really?
That's right. An additional 35% off. Plus, free shipping on orders over $10.
That's insane.
It is insane. It's easy to give our cards a try. But don't take this all at FaceValueCards.com. Wait, visit us today at FaceValueCards.com. FaceValueCards.com for cards as fun as you are. And again, we want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. We do have a YouTube channel, which this will go up on.
We're gonna post those up this week, I think.
And hopefully my little cough goes away. I got allergy issues, and it just gives me a dry little cough that just doesn't. Anyways, thank you, everyone, for
Have a
being
good night,
here.
guys.
Have yourself a wonderful night. I don't have anything else. You got anything else?
I'm good, Ryan.
All right.
Andy, you got anything?
We're good. Splendor next week.
As always, remember to game on, everyone. Game on, Frank.
Game on, Ryan.
Game on.
That kid's
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Diamond Rose of professional wrestling, Gentleman J. Michaels, and I have a message for Backwoods Brown. You thought it was a good idea to wrap those greasy sausage fingers around my neck? Boop. Yes, I am Gentleman J. Michaels, and I have a message for the minimum wage, middle class, punk Backwoods Brown. You thought it was a smart idea to wrap your greasy little sausage fingers around my neck at the Elks Lodge during the disco rave? God damn it! Boop. Boop. What should have been a stellar night for Gentleman J. Michaels turned out boop. Yes, Backwoods Brown. You think you're so smart, don't you? Boop. 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 What could have been the greatest night for Frontline Pro Wrestling with me, Gentleman J. Michaels, offering out of the kindness of my heart to bring in national talent worthy of professional wrestling, worthy of what you fans deserve to see. What happens? That middle-class, minimum wage punk Backwoods Brown decides to come down and wrap his fat, greasy sausage fingers around my neck and throw me to the mat. Well, Backwoods, you have awoken something, and I am going to scour the globe and offer any amounts of money to any monster, any talent that can take you down. I don't think you understand what you awoken. You dipped your toes in that water of bastionality. Oh, Jay, god damn it. Boop. Boop.